And what's up, everyone? This is France over here from PE Nintendo PlayerEssence.com. We got a special PE Network Vidcast for you guys. We don't have everybody here because we didn't want it to take all day. We just wanted to get a quick one out because the Smash Bros. Demo came out and we have the Treehouse Live, so we're going to be talking a lot about that. I have some mystery. Well, I thought it was going to be guests, but I have a mystery guest here, and that is the Red Knight from Active Gamer Life Network. So go ahead and introduce yourself, Red Knight, to some of the fans on my channel that might not know who you are.
How's everybody doing? Active Game Life here, Red Knight. Yeah, I don't know if you never actually seen my channel. Well, it's a Nintendo-based channel, and yeah, I'm a huge fan of PlayerEssence.com and France's, many YouTube channels. Thanks for having me. I'm subscribed to like 3 of your channels or something.
I got 2, bro.
I know you have PE and Player Essence, right?
Yeah, and I used to have my Furious Francis channel, but I shut that one down.
Furious Francis, yeah, what's up to that one too?
Yeah, I had to shut that one down after a few things happened.
Yeah, I remember that.
I
saw the video of that.
Yeah. Well, because I mean, just journalistic integrity, stuff like that. But that's another topic for another day.
Yeah, but let me say, your website is really one of the best out there.
Oh,
because
man, I appreciate it.
It feels like it's, I would say like an industry website, but it doesn't follow the same, let's just say, ethics as those websites.
I've put a lot of work into making sure that I try to follow rules. Nobody's perfect. I mean, whether it comes from DualShockers to IGN to, nobody's perfect, especially if you look at the SPJ or whatever. Nobody's perfect, but I try to do my best to follow it. This is Society of Professional Journalists, and I try to do my best to make sure that I don't troll bait title and like the troll bait headlines and the stuff that other industry, a lot of websites do. Like I said, nobody's perfect, but I do my best, and I really appreciate the praise on my site, man. I've been subscribed to you for a long time as well, and your content's pretty good. It's really good, actually. It's actually some of my favorites. Actually, one of my favorite YouTubers, to be honest. No, it's actually really good. It's if you haven't subscribed to Active Gamer Life and like his network and stuff, check out his channels. I mean, and I've talked to Active Gamer Life. This is the first time that we've actually done like a special, like a feature together. But I've talked to him before, and I'm like, dude, the way that he says things, and the fact that he doesn't have like trolls absolutely swarming his channel is incredible. It is like the most incredible. I think it's the biggest.
He went over that in his last video. It's called block.
You gotta thank the magic of the block button. Thank you, YouTube.
Oh, okay. You block. I don't know. I don't know. It seems like even if you block people, they'll still somehow trolls. They have multiple accounts. They'll. I mean, I'm telling you, I can track IPs. And I've had seriously at least like 7 or 8 different accounts to one IP. People continuing to come back to my channel to troll.
But the trolls love attention. If you don't give them any, then they don't come back. So.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, definitely. And we also have Terminator Juice here. You guys all know him. He has a really popular, or it's getting really popular. His The Juice is Loose Mario Kart 8 tournament. I kind of want to figure out a way to get that integrated through an app or something with PlayerEssence.com so we can get even more people, because I stopped doing my tournaments. I'm going to try to leech off of Terminator. So me and Terminator are going to talk about that in a little bit. And Active, you have your own tournaments too, so that's something.
Yeah, but it's never as active as for it being Active Gamer Life. It's never as active as the Juice is Loose.
So Terminator, most of my viewers do know who you are. You've done quite a number of vidcasts, but go ahead and introduce your channel and kind of like what you do on YouTube, just for the new visitors and the new users.
All right, what's up, everybody? It's Terminator Juice, and what I kind of settled on with my channel is basically just live streams, and I don't do them like everyone else where I just get a group of like 10 people and we just talk about random topics. I do a weekly show on Mondays called The Juice is Loose, and I have 2 or 3 guests maximum, and we just kind of talk about the tournament from the week before, which is a key to the success of the tournament, I think, is to talk about it every week and give people shout outs for winning, and I think that brings people back. So the show starts off with that recap of the tournament from the week before, and then we cover various topics. We did a Hyrule Warriors discussion, a Splatoon discussion, and last week we did a discussion on the new 3DS. So that's kind of what I settled on. I don't like editing videos, so the live thing's cool because it automatically uploads, but I don't have that cool active topics on the side of my screen that change as I start talking about something else, which I'm a little jealous of. But I just don't have the know-how. I don't know how to do that, so I don't know if I want to know how, because it's just so easy just to upload a live video. You just got to record it, and it automatically puts it on your channel. So that's what I do, and I pop in here and there with the shorter videos or Q&As, and I've been on the Gamers at Large podcast a few times, and just kind of putting my name out there and just trying to have a discussion about video gaming, really. I mean, I'm a Nintendo fan, just like I think the three of us are, Nintendo fans first, but we're all gamers, and so that's kind of my focus now. I just focus on Nintendo and the Wii U and the 3DS. So, but thanks for having me on here. I'm looking forward to talking about this.
No problem.
All the cool stuff that happened yesterday. So.
Yeah, a lot of good stuff. We'll talk about that. We're going to keep the topics brief and straight to the point. I got a Q&A app. We'll answer a few questions since we got Active Gamer Life here, so if you want to ask him some questions specifically, we can get to that in the later half. But we're going to go ahead and start off with the first topic here, and I know what everybody's thinking, and that is Smash Bros. Many people are playing the demo right now, and it's pretty bare bones, like Active Gamer Life we were talking about off air, but it's still a pretty good demo, and I want to just get your basic impressions. Active, since you're our guest here, go ahead and just give us your basic impressions of the characters and then kind of run down what you feel about the game so far.
All right, so I'll start out with what everybody really wants to know. Do I think if it's better than Brawl? Yes, and that's with, what is it, 5 characters?
5 characters, 1 stage.
And one of the main reasons was, Link is one of my mains, and he was really heavy in Brawl. He felt like he had iron boots on. So now he actually feels, like Link did in Melee, similar to Melee and 64. And they actually gave him a nice lunging sword attack. I don't know if you guys noticed that.
Oh yeah, I noticed that.
So,
he doesn't have the running slash anymore. Like when he runs, he has this like hopping slash, and it has some good smash power on it.
Yeah, so I like the characters. Everybody, I'm impressed with everybody. Mega Man especially. I didn't think he was going to be that good. Actually turned out better than what I thought. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm impressed. I just want the full game. Oh, and the music has to be the best menu music of any Smash game.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, so that's some good impressions there, Active. So Terminator. Before I get to mine, we'll go ahead and let you go. How do you feel about the game? Because you just recently brought Brawl, so you weren't even like super into Smash Bros for the past 8 years like everybody else. So how do you feel about this new one?
Like I said off air, the 5-player demo of the new one is I already like it better than Brawl, the whole Brawl game. So I'm digging it. It's awesome, and I just got my XL yesterday. I bought a refurbished blue XL for $135, and I had it shipped 2-day shipping because I just had a feeling. My buddy Derek Steelfox can attest to this. I just said on Wednesday, I said, you know what? I think we're gonna get a demo, that Treehouse. I think they're gonna announce a demo for Smash for us. So I bumped it up to 2-day shipping, and that was a good guess by me, and I'm glad I did because I had them side by side, my old 3DS and the new one, and it's just so much better on the XL. And it's more comfortable. The circle pad's better. The buttons are better, and it's a great experience. And one thing no one's talking about is the 3D. And I actually tried the 3D, and it looks cool, but it's a little bit harder. Kind of makes things look a little bit smaller, and it's harder to follow along with your character. So I don't think I'm going to be using the 3D ever in that game. But like I said, it's smooth. That 60 frames per second just immediately jumps out at you when you start playing. And Mega Man is my favorite right now. Really like his movesets, and I'm just practicing against the level 9s and on the Final Destination version of the stage, and I've been practicing. Got about 3 hours into the demo, and I'll probably put another 10 on it, I would think, at least. So I'm digging it.
Nice.
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of good stuff to say. I mean, I think an XL is almost kind of needed for this type of game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm playing on the regular. It is needed. I need to upgrade.
Yeah. And I will say, my buddy was over. We did play some local one-on-one, and it was seamless. It was fast. It connected really quick, and it was great. So I don't think too many people have mentioned the actual local play yet, and it works really nice on the demo. So.
Mhm. Definitely. As far as my own impressions, I'm really liking Link in this game. I would use Link in Brawl. He was one of my characters that I would use. But yeah, like Active said, he just kind of felt like he had like iron boots on. I mean, but the game overall was just slower. Brawl was just a slower game. This game is more fast paced. It's definitely quicker. The moves are quicker. There's some landing lag on some moves that didn't have it before, but then there's other moves that have been adjusted and changed. They've kind of even redone like the dodging animations. If you've noticed with Link, the way he dodges, like the way he backflips and stuff, is actually different than how he did it in Brawl. So they've actually changed up some of that. I Overall, I just think the game is awesome. I really do think some of the new assist trophies, like the Girahim and some of the other ones, are really cool. You can totally tell what Sakurai was saying though, as the game moves in 60 frames per second, but then some of the assist trophies are on 30. It doesn't affect the game, but you can just tell, oh, it's not moving quite as smooth as the other ones. But like I said, it's perfectly fine since it's an assist trophy. But the game is super smooth. The 60 frames per second in 3D and out of 3D is absolutely fantastic. And you look at this game and you don't think, you're like, man, can the 3DS really push out these type of visuals? You know, that and it does in this frame rate. And then you look at some of the other third-party games that have came out, you know, and you look at how inferior they are to this game, and you're like, man, there's some of these developers just aren't trying, you know? Like,
Yeah, I did not expect the game to look that good on the 3DS. I just was blown away. Like,
even 2D
I think
games.
it's better than Brawl.
Oh
yeah,
yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I don't know on the technical side of things. I don't know if it's like technically, graphically better than Brawl, but as far as just the way it looks, because it's on a smaller screen and everything, and the art style, yeah, definitely. Just looking at it, yeah. Um, but overall, I'm super excited for the game, and I think it's really good. One of the other things I wanted to mention was just a little bit with the villager, because I've been playing with him, and we were talking about his tree move that he has. It's a 4-part move, and the funny thing is that we already knew it was, but then when you actually play, like when you're actually in the heat of battle and you're playing with the villager, and you're like, man, this thing, you gotta plant the seed, you gotta water it, you gotta chop it once, and then you gotta chop it down. So I was having a little bit of fun with the villager, because that tree branch has huge range, and if it connects, man, it's knocking people out. So that was pretty cool as well. Moving on to the full game, though, who do you guys think? I'll start with you, Active. Who do you guys think is going to be some of like your main, maybe your top 3 so far? Because you can see the whole starting roster at the beginning. So who do you feel you're going to be using the most, especially with the online gameplay and the tournaments that Player S is going to be having? Maybe some of our users can get a little leg up of what you're going to be doing.
I think my mains, I'll have to pick Toon Link because I really liked him in Brawl. That was my main in Brawl. Mario always main, like he's always the second character I main, but I really want to play with Samus, like actually main Samus and get really good with Samus.
Mm-hmm.
And for the new characters, I probably would have to say, I don't know, the Duck Hunt dog is looking pretty impressive.
Duck Hunt dog.
Yeah, that final smash, I don't know if you guys saw it. It's insane.
I saw it.
Yeah.
I did not.
Oh my God, it's insane.
Might have to watch that.
If you're an old school gamer, that final smash, you're gonna love it. So spoiler alert if you don't want to know about Duck Hunt Dog's final smash, but it's all over everywhere though. It's like Hogan's Alley, and what's the other light gun game?
Gunman Clive.
Yeah, or no, not Gunman Clive. That's a new game. It's
Oh yeah. Why did I say Gunman Clive? Why did I say that?
It looks like that.
I don't know why that game came into my brain right now.
It's like Hogan's Alley and another game.
Plants vs. Zombies? No.
Oh, I'm watching it right now. So yeah, that's pretty sweet.
And it's like they have a shootout like between each other, between the old school NES characters that use like the NES zapper and stuff like that, and like your character is like caught right in the middle of that. It's just like the Duck Hunt Dog is awesome. I have to say, like, I really thought the Duck Hunt Dog was cool. But you said so. Terminator. As far as your characters, how do you feel, or what do you feel about using, especially from somebody who's a kind of a new user to Smash Bros. Here?
Yeah, with the Melee, you know, GameCube back 10 plus years ago, I always was Samus because I just loved Metroid Prime at the time. I was Samus no matter what. So, but playing her in Brawl, I feel like I can't be very good with her. So in this game, so far I'm loving Mega Man, so he's going to be one of my 3. I really want to try Zero Suit Samus. I'm hoping that will be more suited towards my style. And then the best character for me in Brawl was Marth, so I'm either going to do Marth or Lucina. I'm going to have to play both of them to see which one I like better, but I think those 3, and then, I'm going to try all the new ones, of course, and you never know what it could end up being. Shulk looked really cool in his reveal trailer, but I'm going to stick with the ones that I know, and then I'm going to try Zero Suit and see how she is.
Okay. Well, for me, if you've been watching my my preview that I did from E3 and all
Greninja.
that. Yeah, Greninja. Greninja is freaking awesome. I love Greninja. I'll probably be using, as far as like my second character, Sheik. I've picked up Sheik in Melee, or not Melee, in Brawl, and I really like Sheik. So I've been using Sheik a lot. And Wolf is gone. So, I mean, Wolf was my main in Brawl, so he's gone, so I can't use him anymore. So I'm always going to use Fox. Those will probably be my top characters for at this moment. And
Yeah, they gave you the colors, right?
yeah, they gave me the colors. They gave me the colors. But here's the thing, though. Like, a lot of people, they just talk about Wolf being a clone, but Wolf is not a clone. He has his moveset, yeah, like how some of his moves and like what he does and like the mannerisms can be somewhat similar, but they changed up so many things from Fox to Wolf. It's like his tilts are completely different for the most part. They have different properties, not only that, but the animations are completely different. And his attacks, like even his the way he does certain things, like his bottom smash attack. Fox does like a split kick where it goes both at the same time. Wolf does like he slashes to the one side, then he slashes to the other. The recoveries are different. His gun has a blade on it, so like if you're really close and you shoot him with the gun, it actually hits him. Then it hits him with the blast, like the laser part. So there's so many different things with Wolf. Should have cut Falco. That's what they should have done. leave my Wolf, but it's all
It's true. It's true. They should have had a villain from Star Fox and a good guy.
Yeah,
Makes sense in a way. It's true. They probably should have kept Wolf.
But I guess people would get pissed if they cut Falco. Yeah, because
They should chance.
They should cut everybody and just put Slippy.
Or the general. I forget his name.
Peppy?
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh no, the actual general, the good luck, that guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that would have been cool. They got Duck Hunt Dog. Why not? Yeah, who would have ever thought Duck Hunt Dog would be in there? But yeah, those are my characters. I'm definitely going to be using Shulk though. I'm going to learn how to use Shulk. The early impressions with Shulk are that he's confusing because of all the different stuff. Like for him to be effective, you have to be switching your Monado arts, and sometimes you're not. Like a lot of people, if you play aggressive, you're not thinking about that, Mm-hmm. But anybody who's played Xenoblade Chronicles X, Shulk is not a. I mean, he can go in there, and sometimes he gets mad and like he fights, but he's super intelligent. Shulk is like he's like a scientist, So like Shulk is not someone to rush into battle. He thinks about things thoroughly. So I can understand why they had him play the way he does. So looking forward to playing as Shulk too. Are there any other characters that you guys didn't name in your top 3 that you're looking forward to playing active?
It's so many characters. It's such a good roster. It's so many people I want to play. I like that Yoshi standing up right now. Same with Bowser.
Mm-hmm.
So they might be actually different. I heard they gave Donkey Kong a new role, but I didn't see it.
Bowser's a bit of a beast in that game. I don't know if you've been watching some of the people play, man, but his moves are powerful. I mean, he's always been powerful, but now it seems like he's even been buffed a little bit more to be like some of his moves to be quicker too.
I would probably. I don't. If I had to pick somebody else, you know what? Let me think of a female character to play with. I say I'll go with Rosalina, I guess.
Rosalina Luma.
Yeah.
Bill Trinan was doing some work on some tournament players with with Rosalina and Luma.
Yeah, I saw that.
So yeah, I think Rosalina was pretty good, and Rosalina's heavy and she's powerful. So I mean, hopefully I think she's pretty good. What about you, Terminator? Who else are you using out of your top 3 that you said are you going to try out or try to use a lot?
Well, since I don't really have a main, I really got to try a lot of different ones to find one that I like. But I got to say, I want to try Wii Fit Trainer. I think her moves look interesting, and I don't think a lot of people are going to use her. So I like to try to pick characters that not everybody's using. So, and then Robin could be interesting. I'm not quite sure how that's going to work.
Definitely.
But you know, I just want to play them all. So I'm not one of those people that's mad because Dr. Mario's taking up a slot. I mean, I figured there's 46 plus characters. I think. I mean, that's enough, and I'm not mad at any of the characters. Every character in there deserves to be in there, in my opinion. So, I mean, yeah, they probably could add some later on, hopefully.
DLC.
There's that rumor about if you buy
Link
both.
is in Mario Kart. You know,
The door's been open.
Nintendo's obviously open to anything now.
And then there was that rumor about if you get both, then maybe that'll unlock some returning characters that are not shown currently, like Mewtwo, and I saw a rumor about that. So you never know. I think we're going to end up with a lot more characters when it's all said and done.
We'll get DLC. I mean, either Nintendo makes like $1 bazillion, or they want to make a gazillion bajillion dollars. You know, it's like you add DLC to this game, people will buy it, just like Mario Kart.
Yeah, put Bayonetta in there, give her an amiibo character, and there's a couple.
And they have a button there for connectivity to Wii U, so I wonder what that's going to be for.
It's been revealed so far as that goes. You can use your 3DS as a controller, and you'll be
that's
able to,
confirmed?
Yeah, that's confirmed. That's confirmed.
Wow.
Yeah, and why that's going to be good later possibly is for like if you're going to a friend's house and you have your amiibo figures, like maybe you have the new Nintendo 3DS, or even if you have the old 3DS with the dongle, you can use your amiibos right there on the new Nintendo 3DS. So that'll be good if you want to use your.
And you could probably just import your character from the 3DS right to the Wii U.
Yeah,
what I'm thinking.
Yeah, that's also confirmed too. You can carry over your custom characters and stuff from the 3DS version to the Wii U version, vice versa. So those are the confirmed. But I mean, I'm pretty sure that they'll do something else. I mean, they've already done one bonus. If you buy both versions of the game, you get You get like a soundtrack on Club Nintendo. So they're already trying to make sure people buy both versions of the game, which I think if they do enough stuff, like you have the amiibo, you have the custom character swapping, you have that soundtrack. If they do like, hey, well, another option is like you can buy the DLC, but if you have both games, you get that DLC essentially for free. Not really because you bought both games, but you get that DLC. Stuff like that is also going to entice people. Like, okay, I'll just get the 3DS version as well, you know. So, or I'll get the Wii U version too. So all that can help. But I want to touch on one thing you said. People talking about like clones and taking up roster slots, and here's my theory on this, and I've heard other people say similar things. My theory on is this: if we didn't have that character, it's not like we'd get a different character. We just would have less characters.
Yeah, that's what I think. You get nothing. Yeah.
We would just have less characters because this is what people don't. Sometimes when Sakurai says things, people don't listen. they just think whatever they want to. Sakurai already said the max number of characters for any Smash Bros. Game, the max number of new characters is around 12 to 20 or 15 to 20-ish. That's the max that they can even do. Maybe even less, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the max. So, obviously, he's already done that. He's added plenty of new characters. You know, there's definitely double-digit new characters in there. Brand new, not like revamped character or anything like that. Brand new characters. From Duck Hunt Dog to Shulk, you know, Pac-Man, all that. So, if the clones weren't in there, it's not like we'd have a whole different character. No, we would just have less characters. So that's one thing people really need to understand about that. He just puts them in there because it takes less time, and it just gives a little bit of aesthetic variety. For some people who might not like a certain character, they might want to try out maybe a character that's a little bit quicker or a little bit stronger variation of a certain character, then you have that character. I'm not defending clones and saying, like, oh, I absolutely want them. All I'm saying is that if they weren't, trust me, like, it's not like he's putting clones in there instead of new characters. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not doing that. Obviously, we just would have less characters. So, just want to touch on that.
I feel that I like Luigi on Mario NES, and he was a clone. Was it the first reptile clone?
Yeah, but like Mortal Kombat.
And Ken is my favorite Street Fighter character, which is a clone of Ryu. So, yeah. Clones never bothered me. Let's just say that.
I like variations. You know, like I don't think people always say Wolf is a clone. Like we talked about. I mean, I talked about that earlier, but I don't think he is. If they change up enough stuff, like even like Falco has a lot of things differently. First of all, Falco's a lot better than Fox for the most part. Hits harder. Is a little bit slower, but hits harder. Has better spiking ability and certain other things. But personally, to me, it's like, if you can have a variation of a character and you can use that character more, then that's cool. Because I can't use Falco at all, but I'm sure it's all good with Wolf, you know. Like, so to me, I don't mind if they do variations. Like, I'm actually looking forward to seeing Dark Pit, seeing how he plays, because I like Pit. I'm looking forward to seeing how Dark Pit and like the little minute differences they have in there, because I actually use Pit a lot in Brawl. So obviously we want to have as many new characters as possible, but at the same time we would just have less characters, because Smash Bros. They make everything from the ground up again. Like they don't just take the game and say, oh yeah, here's the one game that we had, and oh, we're just gonna port it over to Wii U. You know, they don't do that.
That's our new developers all the time.
Exactly. They don't do that third party stuff. They don't just take the game.
I have to ask. I have to ask: is Dark Pit's name Dark Pit in the game or Pit 2?
Dark Pit.
All right, they should have went with Pit 2.
In the Japanese version, his name is Black Pit. So.
Yeah, that would have never went over well.
No, it wouldn't have. First of all, it's false advertising.
Yeah.
And second of all, yeah, I don't know how well that would have went over, so they just changed it to Dark. But his name is Dark Pit in the Kid Icarus Uprising and stuff. So yeah, but yeah, in Japanese version, Black Pit. But yeah. So Smash Bros is awesome. We all know that. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna move on from Smash Bros. And we're gonna talk a little bit about hashtag Operation Platinum, started by our good friend over Doc Trey 81. For some people saying that I don't like him, I don't know why people give me messages saying I thought you don't like him. I have no problem with anybody on YouTube. Let me just say that again. I have no problem with anybody on YouTube. Just to let you guys know, I don't hold grudges. It's the internet. But anyway, Operation Platinum. Bayonetta 2 is dropping, what is it, next week in Japan?
I think so.
Yeah, next week. Saturday. Next Saturday.
They get Smash one week and Bayonetta the next week.
And then Power Warriors and
then they get Fatal Frame the week after that on the 27th.
Don't they get new 3DS sometime soon also?
And they get the new October. They get all sorts of stuff.
We'll probably get Captain Toad first.
Yeah, that's a great consolation prize, huh?
We're getting a lot of stuff also, but they're getting like a lot of stuff plus the cherry on top.
Yeah, they're getting Fatal Frame. They're getting a whole nother AAA Wii U game. You know, so yeah. I mean that's a big old cherry, dude. Like that's But
I guess that's just a second serving.
Yeah. As many of you guys know, I'm a huge fan of Bayonetta. When I heard about this operation, I was on board from day one, because Bayonetta to me is the greatest action game of all time. Bayonetta 1, Bayonetta 2, from the demo that I played, I think they had 6 levels at E3, 3 to 6 levels. I played all of them, and I played it extensively. Like I was like the only person in line, like going over and over. I mean, there was a line, but everybody was playing Smash Bros. So like the lines for Bayonetta 2 were a lot shorter because of Splatoon and Smash Bros was taking up everybody's time, you know. And Smash Bros for 3DS. Nintendo had like tons of demo units for Smash Bros and Splatoon. So people just weren't playing people were playing Bayonetta, but people were just sparingly going over there. And I played the game over and over and over, probably say 12 times maybe. And it's amazing. Yeah, it's amazing. It is by far it's the easiest to play, but most complex action game I've ever played. You know what I'm saying? Like it's completely even if you just like button mash, you'll just continue to do things that you're like, how did I do that? Oh, okay, that's how I did it. When you go into practice mode, there's so many combo variants and so many different things you can do. I want to get your basic impressions, guys, as far as Terminator. I've heard about what you've said, but we'll get to you. But Active Gamer Life, I know you weren't sure on Bayonetta 2. How do you feel about it at this point?
Oh, it's easily one of my most anticipated games of the year.
Oh, really?
That direct they did really impressed me, and plus I played Wonderful 101, which I really enjoyed.
Okay.
So I don't know how much of an overlap they have, because they're probably different.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, you have same creator, so
Yeah,
I enjoyed the madness, so I'm ready for Bayonetta 2 already. Plus, you get part 1, which is a steal.
that is a
You know,
steal. That's a
it's
robbery,
literally
bro.
this does not make sense. You know, on other console, this is being sold at like a brand new game, remastered, and this is going to be given away for free.
Yeah,
Thank you, Nintendo.
yeah. That's for as much hate. I mean, which I understand some of the hate Nintendo gets, but that's probably the best deal of the year. Outside, I mean, that and maybe Master Chief, but
Yeah, I was going to say that and Master Chief are insane deals.
yeah,
Except
but
this one, you get a new game.
yeah,
That's the
exactly. That's the
difference.
thing. This one you get
Yeah,
a new game. Master Chief is old games, but I mean old games that look really good though. That 1080p
Hmm.
60 frames per second, you can't deny that does look. It looks good.
Yes.
They spent their time on Master Chief. It's not a cheap. And it's 60 frames. It's not like kind of 60 or like The Last of Us remastered, like 60 sometimes. That thing is 60. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, man. I mean, with Bayonetta 2, the fact that you get the first game too, and Wonderful 101 and Bayonetta 2 they're just completely different. The only thing that's the same is that they have incredibly deep battle systems. But Bayonetta 2 is ultimately more appealing than the Wonderful 101. And the reason why I say that is because of the way it looks. And Bayonetta 2 has online co-op. Wonderful 101 kind of dropped the ball by not having online. Like not having online because I bet you anything nobody's played that multiplayer in Wonderful 101. You know?
nope, I haven't. But I played it on the demo, never did on the actual game.
Yeah, like nobody's played that multiplayer. I mean, you can play it single player. That's fine. It's like a challenge mode.
Oh, I
But
didn't even know that. I never even attempted to.
it has 5-player co-op. But that
Oh,
game is so technical and in depth. Nobody in your household is gonna, for the most part, is gonna be able to know how to play that game.
yeah.
Like you need to play that online with other gamers, and that's the difference between Bayonetta. Bayonetta has the online co-op, and it looks a lot better than the Wonderful 101, and it plays a lot smoother. The Wonderful 101, it kind of goes back and forth between 60 and 30. It's locked when it does, and that's fine. Sometimes there's slowdown, but Bayonetta is like constant 60, and it's just smooth. It's just super smooth. So that's kind of the differences that I see, and it's just more appealing. It's just, in my opinion, it's just a better game. Bayonetta 2 is from what I've played. Terminator, how do you feel about Bayonetta 2?
I mean, the game it looks better every time I see it. I don't know if you guys saw that 10-minute video on IGN. It was a little bit more of a streamline, almost like the Direct, but they went into even more detail about the combat system. They had like the programmers talking about how they were conscious of making sure a button, you knew what you had just done to make that move happen, so you wasn't just, what did I just hit, so they were just really conscious about making the combat, and the controls was their top priority. The first thing they say in that is the controls was their main focus, to make them better and to make the combat system better than the original. So I love a company that focuses on the right things. Controls are huge, like important to me. And a lot of people don't even talk about controls usually when they're talking about a game. It's the reason I can't play GTA 5 anymore. Just the controls were just crap, and that's their focus. So I'm having my giveaway. I got my 2 copies paid in full, pre-ordered, and I'm doing my part for Operation Platinum, giving away a copy. My drawing is actually this Monday at about 8:30 p.m. So tune in for that. But yeah, the game just looks amazing. It's actually my most anticipated game for the rest of this year.
Really,
Ahead of
more than
Smash.
Smash Bros.
I mean, the Smash demos definitely put it a little bit closer. But I just loved action games, especially in the 6th gen. I played a lot of action games. Didn't really do too much last gen. I missed Bayonetta on the 360. Just kind of got lost in the shuffle for me, but the fact that the first one's in there, that was pretty much, as soon as that was announced, I knew that it was a day one purchase, and then everything I've seen since with the Direct and that IGN video has just cemented that. The game just looks amazing. The design of the angels and demons and the boss characters, the visual design, the character design they're using, just never seen anything like it. It just looks amazing. So I'm super excited. I was hoping we'd get that game a little bit sooner than late October, but they gotta give Hyrule Warriors and Smash some time to breathe, and then I think maybe they just wanted to put it right in between the 3DS Smash and the Wii U Smash. So it's going to be a little bit of a wait for me, but I'm really excited. So.
Yeah, I agree. I would have liked the game to come out sooner, especially since Japan is getting it like next week. Um, but yeah, it is what it is. I mean, there's nothing we can do at this point. Nothing we can really do to change that. But one of the things that you talked about as far as controls go, that's the thing about Bayonetta. Bayonetta's controls are absolutely phenomenal, especially if you play the Xbox 360 game. Which, I mean, you guys will all play the first game when you get the second one here. But the controls about Bayonetta, that's what makes it really, really good. The controls are absolutely flawless. You know exactly what you're doing when you do it. And one of the coolest things, one of the coolest advanced mechanisms in the game, which you guys will learn about too. No, actually, the game doesn't tell you about it, but maybe Bayonetta 2 will. But it's called dodge offsetting. And what dodge offsetting is, it's one of those key things that you'll need to learn how to do when you want to string together high combos when the difficulty gets higher. Because what you can do is you can start a combo. So let's say you're starting off a combo, you're pressing Y, 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 and then you want to press B. That's usually a launcher where you launch the character up into the air, or no, B or Y, 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 B, then X, or something like that, or back to X. And what you can do is you can actually hold down the last button. So like, let's say you're doing a 4-hit combo, you can hold down the last button of that Y, and then you can dodge. So you can press the right trigger or whatever it is to dodge, and then after your dodge, you can continue that combo after like you've connected with Witch Time, or you've dodged your enemy attack, and then you can continue with that combo. So that's something that you're really going to have to learn how to do when in the higher difficulty levels, because enemies are attacking more ferociously, and you don't have time to string out these long combos because you're going to get hit right in the middle of it. So dodge offsetting is one of those advanced things, and it feels good when you pull one off and you do that and you connect and you continue your combo. It feels great. That was one of my favorite things about Bayonetta and that's a completely new mechanic. There's Devil May Cry didn't have that. Any other Wonderful 101 didn't have that. A lot of the other games that these guys have worked on before in the past, like Okami, other games, they didn't have anything like that. That's a completely new mechanic to Bayonetta. So them bringing that back, and then having stuff like Umbrian Climax, which if you level up your magic meter, you can now basically summon the infernal demons and just kind of like wreak havoc, like being able to do dodge offsetting with Umbrian Climax and just all of the different weapons that you have. It gets crazy, Some people are probably thinking like, what is he talking about right now?
That's when her hair goes crazy, right?
But yeah, that's how in-depth it is. I mean, you can just mash buttons and have fun. If you want to just play the game, you can learn a few combos, have fun. If you want to get real in-depth and get really good at the game, you can do that too. It's really inclusive. Everybody can play it, and that's why everybody that's listening to this, make sure you tell your friends about Bayonetta. Make sure you tell your friends about Operation Platinum. And J.P. Kellums, the producer of Bayonetta from Platinum Games, he's actually going to be wearing an Operation Platinum T-shirt at Tokyo Game Show this upcoming week. Yeah. So that should definitely get some people. Okay, what's Operation Platinum? Looking it up on their smartphones and just learning about the game more, and that's what we need. And IGN doing that feature on Bayonetta 2. I mean, I gotta commend Jose Otero for putting that together. That's some good stuff. A lot of people give him crap, but the dude works hard to make sure Nintendo gets their content out there.
You usually don't see them upload a video with needing subtitles because they usually don't like to interview the Japanese developers. I think that's the reason Nintendo doesn't get the coverage at E3 is because most of their developers are speaking Japanese, and then you got to have the translators. But they actually let them speak. They had the subtitles in the bottom, which was hard to watch because you wanted to watch what was going on because there was some new stuff being shown. And you had to read and watch at the same time. But it was really cool. I was surprised they did that, and I was actually very happy that they did. So. Guys, go check that out on IGN. It's probably not on their top page anywhere, but you'll have to find it somewhere.
Just click on the Nintendo tab or the Wii U tab. Click on the Wii U tab and you'll find it there. But I mean, you got to give them props for doing that because did anybody else do that? No. Did anybody else go out there and they probably would have let them do that too? I mean, did a lot of other websites do that? No. I mean, you look at the E3 coverage. Did Bayonetta win anything at E3? No.
Wasn't even nominated for best Wii U game.
I mean,
what could it have lost against for the action genre? Did they give an action, best action game?
Shadow of Mordor or something like that?
Evolve, I don't know what they had.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's just like Shadow of Mordor got way more coverage than Bayonetta 2 did. You know, like, and I
I mean, I get
played.
it's Lord of the Rings, but I mean, as an action game, I would think Bayonetta would, stand
I don't
far above.
remember Bayonetta winning it. I mean, it might have won some things, but as far as like the bigger websites, none of them played it. Like, I was at the Nintendo booth all day. I barely saw editors from other websites playing. I mean, they would come play Smash, then leave. Or they'd get their little interview or do whatever with like Splatoon, and then they'd leave. There was none of the big editors. I'm not going to out the sites, but let me just tell you right now, none of the editors were playing Bayonetta 2. They weren't playing it. I was there all day. I was looking.
And let me just say, after hearing you talking about Bayonetta, I know who I'm playing the online mode with.
I just jumped on IGN. It is the 5th article on the top, so it's Destiny graphics comparison is number 1, but Bayonetta is actually on the top page for their top feed, so that's pretty cool.
Watch, you guys will see when Game of the Year rolls around. I hope websites give this game, because obviously, in my opinion, from what I played at E3, some of you guys saw my coverage. I went over to the Microsoft and Sony booths. I played their games. I captured footage. I covered them. Bayonetta 2 crushes all of those games. I'm not trying to be like fanboyed up here, but Bayonetta 2 it's just a better game. This is my opinion. Just another thing just to put.
I don't know how Game of the Year this year is going to be for most websites, but it just has to be heavily in Nintendo's favor this year, because with Smash, Bayonetta, I would say Mario Kart and Donkey Kong, those are four super duper AAA games. And in my opinion, should all be nominated.
But Smash Bros wasn't nominated for. Nobody gave Smash Bros Game of the Show from E3.
Except the fans, the users did.
Except for the users, but nobody. All the websites we're talking about, Evolve won like everything.
Mm-hmm.
And
is that game even coming out this year still? Did it get pushed out?
No, it's 2020. They were scared of Call of Duty. They got scared.
But pretty much, Game of the Year contenders is going to be between, I'm guessing, Destiny and Assassin's Creed?
Well, if you look at the reviews, I'd be surprised if Destiny.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if Destiny. I mean, it'll get a nomination.
Because they always have the usual suspects.
Yeah, it'll get a nomination, but I mean, if
so?
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like, what will be the nominees? I guess, but I don't know if that's a topic for a whole other video.
We can make it a topic right now.
Let's just look at this. So the Metacritic for Destiny is like 74. I've never seen a game with that low Metacritic be nominated for Game of the Year.
It'll get nominated just because it's Activision. It's big.
They'll probably get GTA 5 for the PS4. That'll probably win.
That shouldn't count though.
There's no way that can count.
Yeah, Last of Us.
Yeah.
Well, I forgot Titanfall. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, well, Titanfall can be in there for Game of the Year. I mean, it could be in there. I mean.
If Watch Dogs is in there though, there's something wrong because no one gave that. No one gave that game.
I don't think anybody really praised that game too much after it came out.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it on Wii U, though. No, just kidding.
Well, I mean, people want to knock what Ubisoft did, and I don't like that they delayed it, but what they're trying to do is, like, all of us, like the core gamers online, yeah, we know about it. We're probably not going to buy it. We're going to wait. But there might be some people, the casual gamers, and when I say casual, just people who are just interested in Smash. They don't always check the news. They might see Watch Dogs and, oh yeah, I heard about the hype for that game. They see Smash Bros. Like, okay, I'll pick up Watch Dogs and Smash Bros.
That's what I was thinking.
We got to turn that Watch Dogs into Bayonetta.
Well, they can do it on Ubisoft. I'm not advertising Ubisoft's game for them. Screw that.
Yeah, I have to make a dedicated Operation Platinum video though.
Yeah, well, I mean, we all have to. I think all of us are at some point. But I want to wait till October. Really, I'm gonna start rolling that stuff up. Yeah, in October.
It actually has more pre-orders than Wii U Smash Brothers. American pre-orders.
Watch Dogs?
No, Bayonetta.
Oh yeah, better.
That makes sense because Smash, there's gonna be lines. There's lines everywhere.
Oh yeah. Yeah, my GameStop here, they're already advertising it at my local GameStop.
That rumor about the Amiibo seems to go to the wayside because they're just the pre-orders are for the bundle with the GameCube controller and the adapter, and then just the version. So I don't think. I don't. That it was going to come with an amiibo character.
Yeah, I don't think.
I
Maybe
don't
there might be like a discount. Maybe like you buy Smash, you can get a little bit off of the Amiibo, or there might be some type of promotion.
Yeah,
Or like
retailer
yeah,
specific.
Yeah.
Oh, get it from Amazon, get a free amiibo.
yeah, or there
Maybe.
might be some type of custom bundle, but I don't know about any official bundle from
I'm
Nintendo.
going GameCube controller. I don't know about you guys.
Oh yeah,
I'm
GameCube.
pro controller. I love that controller.
I'm
Yeah, I'm,
going.
I'm gonna go with the GameCube.
I got the bundle on pre-order.
You guys are just following the crowd there.
Well, no, I
Well,
Set
played
a trend. Set a trend.
I love the GameCube controller. I do, and it's not about oh, it has to be played with that one. Not for me. I just want the controller.
Yeah.
I've been playing Smash Bros since the N64, and when I played Melee, I played with the GameCube controller. When I played Brawl, I played with the GameCube controller on the Wii. When I
Same
played
here.
Smash Bros at E3, they had GameCube controllers.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm gonna stick with the GameCube controller.
I hope that one comes with a longer cord. That one that comes
Yeah.
with the bundle.
It's longer.
Yeah, the import Japanese one I have, I hope it's that long. It's a really long cord. It's about 10 feet or something.
Well, I
Yeah.
got my Wavebird still, but I know they don't like the wireless because you get some lag there. But
Yeah, I wouldn't use wireless, especially when you're playing online. I wouldn't use a Wavebird. I mean, you can. It might be good, but I wouldn't, especially in this day and age with all the different wireless devices
And
that
that
you got
used,
around your house. And
that used like the same frequencies like cordless phones back in the day. I forget what signal it is. It's not Bluetooth or any Wi-Fi or anything, but
yeah.
I think the Pro controller. I honestly think that'll be fine. I don't expect it.
Oh, it'll be
any
fine.
Problems.
I've been using on my Wii U. I've been using the old school, the classic controller Pro, and I
Yeah.
mean I can play with that. It's fine. I can adjust to any controller. But to me, like the game, like the GameCube controller, it feels great when playing Smash Bros. You got that big old A button. You got it just feels great. The C stick right there to smash. So I'm looking for.
Do we know
if the
do we know if the actual GameCube controller is gonna be able to work with every Pro controller game?
from the listings?
Like, does it basically
They'll probably have to update that and or patch it.
does it pretend to be a Pro controller to the console?
From the listings, it looks like like if you go on Amazon, it
I
says
know it's missing
you
a button though. It's missing,
Yeah, it is. The one.
shoulder button.
Yeah. Yeah, it is missing one, but from the listings on Amazon, they say like, oh, you can use this for your other games. It doesn't just say Smash Bros. It says Smash Bros, but like the listing said that you can use it for other games. So I mean,
I'm sure it'll work with all the first-party Nintendo games.
and the classic games.
they'll
Like,
get
I'm sure.
updated, right?
Yeah, I'm sure it'll work like with your your classic games like Virtual Console.
That'd be
I would think
awesome.
so. Yeah, I would think it would.
How awesome would it be if they actually launched the 2 or 3 GameCube games on the eShop the day that launched?
Oh, that would be great.
I mean,
That would be
the
great.
controller's there. You don't even have to worry about mapping anything.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that would be really good. I would like that actually. But yeah, let's go ahead and we're going to move on to the next topic here. We got quite a bit number of more users here. So if you're just joining us, we've got Active Gamer Life, the Red Knight, over there from the Active Gamer Life Network. We've got Terminator Juice. We were supposed to have one more, Sean Long, but he kind of missed this one, so we'll hopefully have him on the next one. So thanks to all the new users that have came in. We're just basically talking up some Nintendo. Obviously, we're all big Nintendo fans here. We're talking. If you missed it, of course, you can watch the replay. But we talked about Smash Bros. Our impressions of the demo. We all really like it. We all like it more than Brawl for the most part, and that's just like with the bare bones demo. Terminator Juice is looking at. Who are you looking at again to play with in Smash Bros. Terminator? So far.
Mega Man, Lucina or Marth, and Zero Suit.
And Active Gamer Life, you want to go ahead and refresh for the new players? Who are you looking at using in Smash Bros?
Toon Link, Mario. Who else did I say? See, so many characters.
You said
Samus, I think.
Samus.
Samus, yeah,
Zero
Samus, and Rosalina and Luma.
Yeah, there we go.
Out of the
And
new characters, I really want to try her because she looks like she's the replacement of the actual ice climbers, 2-in-1 character.
yeah, she definitely looks like that.
And I forgot about Palutena looks pretty good too.
Oh yeah, Palutena, definitely. So yeah, definitely. And for me, Greninja, as you guys all know, I'm looking at using Sheik looking at using Shulk, looking at using lots of characters. Robin, there's lots of characters I want to use. lots of characters. So we'll see. Little Mac still want to get to him. So
oh yeah, Little Mac, I forgot. See,
can't
Yeah,
Little
forgot
Mac got people to play. Pink hoodie and all. Pink hoodie and all.
if I can pick the stage, I'll use Little Mac every time. If I can, because I'll just pick that Fire Emblem.
I'm just gonna answer everyone. That's my answer. Everyone.
Everyone. There we go. That's a good answer. For me, I can't.
Has anybody seen the actual Fierce Deity Link?
Yeah, I've seen it. Game Explain.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, Game Explain.
All
I
right.
put it in. Yeah. I think this might be a good time.
Actually look like.
I think this might be a good time to give away one Smash Bros. Code. I got one. So
I got one also. I want to give away also.
we'll wait till the end for yours, Red Knight. I got one Smash Bros.
I don't see anyone actually post it. If you want a Smash code, this will be the time.
I'm just gonna say it. So get your I'm gonna give you guys about 20 seconds to get your 3DSs out and connect to the eShop, and I'm just gonna say it. So whoever gets this gets it.
Whoever types it in first.
Yeah, whoever types it in first in the eShop gets it. So bust out that 3DS. Get on the eShop. Here it goes. 3, 2, 1. I'm talking about it. A05V1 WTD2GQJ2TBS. I'll repeat that. A05V1WTD2GQJ2TBS. That's the code. If nobody gets it, whatever. If somebody gets it, there you go. There's a code. Let's go ahead and move on to the next topic here. And a couple weeks ago, I think, when was it? A little bit ago, Nintendo actually put out an infographic of their games that are coming out. You know, they actually put out like a release list. So I'm gonna go down the release list and get you guys' impressions before we get into some Q&A here. So September 26th, we have Hyrule Warriors coming out for the Wii U. This is just Wii U games, not 3DS. October, we got Just Dance 2015. Disney Infinity for fall. Batman for fall. Skylander.
Lego Batman?
Yeah, Lego Batman. There we go. Lego Batman. I should be careful what I say there. Lego Batman for fall. Skylanders Swap Force, or well, I don't know, whatever it's called that they're at. Skylanders for October. Bayonetta 2 for October. Affordable Space Adventures for October. Sonic Boom for November. Swords and Soldiers 2 for holiday. Captain Toad for holiday. Super Smash Bros. For holiday. Going into 2015, Splatoon in the first half. Yoshi's Woolly World in the first half. Mario Maker in the first half. Project Giant Robot in the first half. Kirby and the Rainbow Curse in the first half. Or no, just Kirby and the Rainbow Curse, not first half. So this is probably like mid 2015, mid to late spring. Project Guard 2015. Star Fox, Xenoblade Chronicles, and Zelda. Another thing, this is not the full lineup in 2015. They're going to have more games they're announcing and more games they'll come out. But Red Knight, how do you feel about that release list right there? What do you think this is deficiencies in for 2014? We'll just start off with that first. For 2014, how do you feel about that?
I think 2014 is going to end with a bang. I think it's great that Captain Toad is actually going to make it.
Yeah, for at least for North America. Europe is 2015.
Yeah. Sorry, Europe. You will not be adventuring.
They get Hyrule Warriors. They get Hyrule Warriors a week before us. So there you go.
Oh, there you go. That's your consolation prize. But yeah, 2014. I mean, amazing. My pockets are definitely not agreeing with me, but I'm ecstatic.
Yeah. What's your biggest game on that list so far for 2014?
2014 has to be Smash. To be Smash.
Yeah. Definitely, Smash Bros is big. Are you getting Hyrule Warriors? Is that a game that you're getting?
I'm thinking about it, but the thing is, I'm most likely gonna just, instead of my Hyrule, I'm gonna get an XL and Smash, and then probably get Hyrule Warriors down the line.
Yeah.
Because I want to get Bayonetta day one. So that's a whole lot of money right there. And then on top of that, I don't know when Toad is gonna come out.
Yep. Well,
Smash, it's gonna be $100. So
You know what I think they're gonna do with Toad? I think they're gonna do something like they did last year with what was it? The Link Between Worlds, Mario Party, and Mario 3D
Oh
World.
my God! All
They're
on the
just gonna
same
launch
day.
them. Yeah, they're just gonna launch them on the same day and just say go buy everything. You know,
Hmm.
because I mean, people got money for holiday. You know.
That's
Yeah.
before Black Friday, hopefully.
Yeah, I think they're just gonna just say, hey, go buy everything. You know. I don't know why would you wait after for Captain Toad. I mean, that's a game that's it's going to be $40. So if
No,
people,
it's 60. The pre-orders for 60.
I saw 40 lots of places. Kmart had it for 40.
Amazon
And
must be
Newegg
wrong.
had it for 40 also.
Okay.
Newegg had it for 40. Okay,
Well,
well,
that's
But you might be right. We don't really know, I guess,
I
right?
guess we don't know. Some places you can get it. Some people are pre-ordering it for 40. So some people
Okay.
already got locked in for 40. Some people
Maybe-
maybe it's 60.
Probably that was probably Amazon. I think if it drops and you pre-order it, they'll give you the lowest price. So they just probably price it high just in case.
Yeah. So yeah, but regardless, I mean, I think Nintendo is just going to just drop everything there. So Terminator, how do you feel about the? We'll get back to active on the second half, but Terminator, how do you feel about the 2014 lineup?
I mean, it's looking good. It's just enough games. I think I'm kind of glad some of the other games got delayed because I think it would have just been a cluster of too many great games. So, before I watched that Treehouse Live this morning, the recap, Captain Toad might have jumped ahead of Hyrule Warriors because they showed some levels on there that just looked amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm really excited for that game actually because I love 3D World's still my most favorite game on the Wii U by far. It's that and Donkey Kong are the top two for me. So I'm really looking forward to Captain. But if I had to pick the one, Bayonetta 2, I think just edges out Smash, just barely for me because I wasn't big into Smash last generation, but this demo's got me more excited for sure. But Bayonetta 2, Smash, awesome. Captain Toad. I'm gonna download Captain Toad. I don't really need the case or disc for that one. So yeah, I'm excited for that. And Affordable Space Adventures actually looks really cool. That's gonna be the
Looks
next
like a cool
indie
indie game. Yeah.
That's gonna be the next one I get. I know there's a couple. Guacamelee looks awesome, but I think the Affordable Space is gonna be my next indie game purchase. Really looking forward to that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one too.
So
There's also Stealth. I want to also add Stealth Inc. 2. That's a Wii U exclusive. Yeah, that one looks pretty good. 60 frames per second, 1080p.
And I do want to say I played the Hyrule Warriors demo. They're now at GameStops because Best Buy in my town doesn't have a Wii U demo station. So I played Hyrule Warriors and I actually really enjoyed it. Some of the stuff I'm seeing, I just watching people play it, I was just like, yeah, it looks cool. I don't know. And then I played it and I went through all three characters. You got Zelda, you got Link, and Midna. And I had a blast playing it actually, and I was just like, no one else in the store was even paying attention to the game, and I sat there for 30 minutes and I played through it with every character to the boss, and I really enjoyed that. I don't know if there's gonna be much past that first level, how much variety in the combat and stuff, but that was just a fun game to play, and I'm really looking forward to that one as well. So I'm getting them all. I'm getting all the games this year, and Red, I don't know if you were there when I was telling that I got my refurbished XL. And that's the way to go. I would highly recommend going refurbished through Nintendo's online store because this thing looks.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the black one refurbished.
Oh, you're not getting that pink one?
Nope, no Little Mac for me. I was debating the Mario and Luigi one. I do like that silver one.
That one's 150.
Yeah.
The blue and black ones are 135, and they look brand new to me. They come in a box. It says refurbished, but everything's brand new. The packaging, the booklet, all the other accessories are all new, and that's the way to go. But yeah, so 2014 is gonna be good for me. There's not gonna be too many games. I'm gonna have just enough, so I'm not gonna go too broke this year.
Okay, well, what about Sonic Boom for any of you guys?
Sonic Boom, I got to see some more on that one. You didn't mention. I don't think you said that one when you went over the list, or maybe
Did I miss it?
You may have. I don't know.
I think Nintendo missed it. No,
it's on here.
Yeah, it's on there, but I got
I
burned
might
with
have missed
Sonic.
it. My bad.
Sonic Lost Worlds. I saw all the reviews and I said, screw it. I'm gonna get this game because I love Galaxy and I was enticed by those levels where it was more on a smaller like a sphere.
Mm-hmm.
And the controls in that game just sucked, and it was below average. And I don't want to get burned again. I hope Sonic Boom's good. I think that could be a nice game to fill out the lineup. But I need to see actually hands-on reviews from people I trust, like users on YouTube. I want to hear some good things before I'll consider that.
Well, I'll be doing, and I know everybody has that, like, some people have like a bad taste from Lost World. I mean, some people really liked it, some people didn't. I thought it was okay. I thought it was good. I played the game, it was fun. But yeah, some of the controls, there's some issues, which I did note in my review. But I played Sonic Boom at E3, and it was early. Let me just say that right now, and it was definitely an early build. Some levels looked great, looked like how it was in the promotion. Some levels looked like early gen Xbox 360. So obviously they were still working on the game. There was a new preview that they did, I think from PAX or whatever, with an updated build, and there was one preview where the guy actually said, "Oh, okay, it's much better. Like it's improved from the E3 build," which is good. It's good to hear that. So I'm going to be doing a full playthrough of Sonic Boom, because I know people are really skeptical on that game. So you can watch my playthrough and you can hear me. You can get feedback and just see the game, and you can decide then, because there's a lot of, because Sonic Boom comes out in November, like November 11th. Or something like that. It's mid-November, and that's like right before Smash, right before those games. So
and Mario Kart 8 DLC comes out right around then too. So
exactly. I mean, it might be a good. That could help Sonic Boom. I mean, people, they're going to sort of pick up that Mario Kart, that Walmart Mario Kart bundle, and then you see Sonic Boom right there, brand new Sonic game. Younger audience, kids, people who just picked it up, they might want to pick that one up. So I think it was a good idea launch about a good week or so before Smash. People always talk about certain games like, drowning out other games, but I also think that certain games can help. Nintendo first-party games can help other games sell better, because, I mean, sometimes you go to a store, you might want to pick up a game or two, and if you see another game right next to Smash, that people are talking about or that's good, you might want to grab that one as well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to Sonic Boom 2. I'm going to get that. I'm not 100% sold on Captain Toad, to be honest. I'm thinking it looks great, but I'm just not 100% sure on that game. I'm going to wait. I'm going to see how many of those action levels they have, because those action levels look great. But I'm going to wait on those and see what other people say. And I'll probably, Captain Toad might be a game for me. Like, if there is ever another drought, bam, that's when I get Captain Toad, like if there's ever like a gap, that might be my gap filler right there.
I mean, sure, I'd say you don't have to feel the need about everything right away.
Yeah.
A lot of people feel like, I got to get it day one. Like, it's not going to really go anywhere. It's not, some, weird, very, weird game that, it's probably not going to have shelf space for too long. So get it while it's there.
Like Shin Megami Tensei 4.
Yeah, there you go.
Like Wonderful 101.
Was like, yeah, Wonderful 101.
That was hard to find. But actually, I was surprised that last I checked, like end of last year, after Christmas or early January this year, I thought it was at like 40 or 50,000 sold, but it's actually at like 240,000 since the price drop and stuff. So it's actually sold probably enough to, they might have broke even to possibly made a profit on that.
Oh, I think they did with the eShop too. If you look at the
eShop.
Yeah,
that's not even the eShop stuff.
Yeah, because that game is not super high, but it was you can actually go into the options and you can see that the build that it was before. It was a Wii game.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can actually see like the regular, like the basic textures, and then you can see like the super high textures that they just kind of textured on there for the Wii U. You can actually look at and toggle between the two. And the game was built for the Wii at first, and then it was moved to the Wii U. At first, it was supposed to be like a collection of Nintendo characters, and you can see that with Wonder Red. That was supposed to be Mario. I mean, even his attacks, like the fireballs that come out of his hands. Like when those certain attacks in Wonderful 101, it was supposed to be a collection of Nintendo characters, but then Nintendo vetoed it when the Nintendo characters turned into a bridge and they were like walking over them. They said no. That was when Nintendo just said no, you can't use Nintendo characters anymore. So yeah, Kamiya got shut down once they saw that, and they turned it into the Wonderful 101. But it went through a lot of changes. I mean, Hideki Kamiya even posted like the early builds of it. It went through a lot of different changes and different stuff that they had to do in the game. So that's why maybe it didn't turn out the best. But I think that it turned out well for what it was before and how Nintendo made them. I mean, if you think that you had a game that was going to be all Nintendo characters and then Nintendo says, no, you can't do that anymore and changes completely something else, I think it turned out pretty well, for changing the complete focus of the game. So yeah, that was cool. But We'll skip to the second half. Red Knight. I'll go over it
Second
again.
half.
Yeah, let me go over it one more time, just for the
All right.
new users and other people. So Splatoon, first half. Yoshi's Woolly World, first half. Mario Maker, first half. Project Giant Robot, first half. Kirby and the Rainbow Curse, mid. Project Guard, mid. Star Fox, 2015. Xenoblade Chronicles X, and Zelda. Go. How do you feel?
Insane. That's what I feel first. And hearing that, it sounds fake because it's just hearing Star Fox is so nice. Like, yay, another Star Fox game finally on the home console.
Seriously.
And then you have Yoshi, Kirby, and Splatoon, which looks crazy. And it's that online type of game that Nintendo really needs more of. You know, they have it with Mario Kart. Definitely gonna have it with Smash.
Bayonetta.
You know, Bayonetta. There you go. So, you know, Hyrule Warriors could have used it.
Yeah, it could have.
But, you know, so yeah, that next year seems like or like, you know how this year we had a little drought.
Yeah.
You know, you had Donkey Kong, you had Mario Kart, and then pretty much it was very backloaded. You know, back end was loaded at the end of the year. We're gonna get a lot of games like in the fall. Next year, the beginning of the year is insane. You said Splatoon, Yoshi.
Kirby.
No, he said Kirby is mid, but even that is insane. Now, if you ask me what's the game I'm most excited for, I would have to say, of course, Zelda is the cheating answer, so I'm not gonna say Zelda. I would say Splatoon and Rainbow Curse, Kirby's Rainbow Curse. Those are my top two. But I'm really interested in
Whoa.
I'm really interested
Wait,
to
you say
see
for the first half, those are your top two or are you saying for the 2015 total?
for the total 2015.
Whoa, those are more anticipated than Xenoblade and Star Fox and Zelda?
Yep, I'm gonna put those up there.
Wow.
only because Canvas Curse, I wanted a sequel since the first game. I really love that game.
And it looks really good.
And Splatoon, it just, I don't know what it is about Splatoon. It just speaks to me, you know. So I'm really excited for that. But I said not counting Zelda. And in a way, I don't like with Star Fox. I really want to see who's going to be the developer Miyamoto's going to get. I really do hope it's Platinum Games.
You know, we'll see who it is. I don't know if it's Platinum Games because Hideki Kamiya and that team is working on
the Xbox game.
Yeah, Scalebound, and we don't know what the other Platinum Games team is doing.
The Bayonetta team, right?
Yeah, we don't know what the Bayonetta team's doing at this point.
Somebody's doing that Korra game.
That Korra game's that one's handled by Platinum Games' new recruits.
Okay.
Yeah, that's Platinum Games. Like there's no C team or B team at Platinum Games. I'm not gonna go that low. That's disrespectful. But let's just say that
A- teams.
Yeah, let's just say that's handled by some of their newer people. You know.
What I was going I think Platinum.
Oh, you're breaking up on my end.
Breaking up.
Perfect.
No, he's Hey, Active, you're breaking up, dude.
Can't hear you. I'll send him a chat message in case he can't hear us.
I think he said he's going to adjust. So, Terminator, how do you feel about the 2015 lineup? What's your most anticipated?
Well, if I actually really thought it was coming out in 2015, I would say Zelda. But Nintendo when they're in their Zelda games, almost every one gets delayed. I think Link Between Worlds was the first one in a long time that didn't get delayed. So I'm just gonna excuse that one because if it comes out in 2015, it's just slam dunk, no question. That's the number one. But let's take that out of the equation. Oh, we hear you.
You sound better now.
Breaking up?
We'll get back to you, Active. We're gonna go ahead and continue on with Terminator here.
So we'll just take Zelda off to the side because that's its own entity, I think. And then from the rest of them, I'm right up there with Yoshi Woolly World and Splatoon. Like both those games, right up I love platformers, my favorite genre. You know me, I'm not into RPGs, so I don't know if Xenoblade's gonna be something I get into. I do appreciate what that game's doing. It looks awesome. Looks like the world, just a massive size that they've created. The creatures look cool. So, but that one's, for me, I'm just gonna let you guys enjoy that one, and I'll be playing Yoshi's Woolly World and Splatoon, and Star Fox. They said it's only going to be a year development or a year and a half, so I'm not going to get super, my hopes up for that one. But if it turns out to be a good Star Fox game, that would be well appreciated, and that would jump up there. And Kirby's Rainbow Curse looks really cool. I love that claymation style. I was a big fan of claymation animation in movies and stuff back when they used to use it a lot. So that looks really awesome. But I would say Splatoon and Yoshi are the top two below Zelda. So, and plus we should mention that hopefully Fatal Frame gets brought over.
I think Fatal Frame will be 2015 at some point.
If that comes to the U.S., that's looking really solid, and that would definitely be up there with my top two from what I've seen of that game. So
there's a ton of games on this list, especially if I think what Nintendo's trying to do is make sure they launch that, like the 2015, like the first half, make sure it's packed so sales can actually continue.
That's what I was going to say. The first half looks really strong.
That's a strong first half, but then at the same time, it's not like the thing about the first half. It's strong, but it's not anything that like breaks the budget. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not anything like Zelda that's like super breaks the budget, or even like a Xenoblade Chronicles X, which is definitely a higher budget title. It's just all really focused, tight, good games that really focus on gameplay and really focus on great visual and artistic style. You know what I'm saying? Like,
we forgot to mention. I mean, Mario Maker was on the list, but that could end up being something huge. Like
definitely.
I'd like to think that they go more than just the two styles, like the 8-bit and the new.
They said they're working on more styles. They did.
I'd love to see Super Mario Brothers 3 style, instant swapping back and forth. That'd be really cool, and that could blow up. That could be like a Minecraft, not that big, but that could be with all those levels you can create. That could turn into something really big. So I like what you said though, that it's going to continue the momentum, because last year it died right off after the holidays. They had
no momentum. No, I mean it did better than it did the year before. But that's not saying much. I mean, they did have Donkey Kong early, but we Fit did nothing. That was a complete mistake. The audience that likes Wii U is not the same audience that likes Wii.
And they figured that out. I think they figured that out. So.
They definitely figured that out, because they're not launching with Wii Fit. I think Wii Fit's done for now. And that might be a quality of life thing. And then they're moving on to the games that we want to play. They're moving on to that type of stuff. So,
and there's games that we don't even know about yet that will come out in 2015.
Definitely. There's definitely games in 2015 that we don't know about that will launch in 2015. So it's looking good. It's looking good for me personally. Splatoon was easily the most intriguing game at E3, and the reason why it was the most intriguing game to me, because it was just so fluid. It almost like when you pick up Smash Bros. And you play that and you feel that fluid controls at 60 frames per second, and the way that it looks, the artistic style, that's kind of like how Splatoon felt to me when I first picked that up. It was completely, even though Smash Bros is an older experience and we know what to expect somewhat, Splatoon is like you didn't know what to expect with Splatoon. When I first saw it, I was like, okay. When I first went to E3, and I was like, what's this going to play like? How is it going to be? And then when I first started picking up and playing, I was like, this is phenomenal. It's like paintball, but awesome. Like it's like, I mean, there was paintball games before, but those paintball games were never that good. This is like a really fun version of paintball, like a Nintendo version of paintball, but with a lot of the paintball games were like realistic style. This is like a game. It's like a gamer's game, and they have those elements of fantasy elements, like you can turn into a squid and then jump from the platform, and it uses the gamepad. It's like, yeah, you want to use the gamepad for this game. Like you have to use the gamepad, because that's the way that you find your teammates real quick, and then press the button and launch to them. And that is a mechanic in there that completely changes the way multiplayer games have been played. I mean, if you look at the big first-person shooters and the big shooters in the industry, none of them have that type of mechanic in there. And the way they do, where you just kind of like launch up into the air and then drop. I mean, it's going to be a game that's highly strategic, and I think the gamepad really suits that. And then you can actually see on the gamepad what areas that you need to control and what you need to do. I think they'll also add like the type of classes, because there's going to be different classes that each character is going to have. So you'll be able to see on the gamepad, okay, you have two snipers and you have, like a bazooka person or whatever, infantry. So I think the gamepad's really going to help with that game, because when I was playing the game, I was like, yeah, I definitely want this gamepad. You can see the what side of the paint, who's controlling the most. So Splatoon for me is the big first half game. I'm not as big on Yoshi's Woolly World, but I'm going to buy it. Mario Maker, not as big on it right now, but I'm going to buy it just because I want to play it. Those are great. Those are great games to stream. So like I'm going to buy those games and just stream them and have everybody watch and play and get everybody excited. Just necessarily because they're not my favorite doesn't mean I'm not going to have a lot of fun with them. Project Robot and the Guard and all that, those games, they need to flesh those games out more. I don't know if those are just going to be smaller eShop titles, but if they are, that's great. Great filler titles. Kirby, I played it. It looks cool. Seems fun. I'll buy it. Stream it. I'm really excited for Xenoblade Chronicles X. That is my 2015 game of these millennium. That is the most awesome. I cannot wait for that game. It already crushes Xenoblade Chronicles. What they've done, like what they showed off at the Treehouse, was just amazing. So Xenoblade Chronicles for me is the big takeaway for 2015. I cannot wait for that game. And my life, outside of my family, my little girl and my fiance, outside of that, my life just basically goes to that game. So expect only around 15 to 20 posts on playeressence.com.
You might as well just download it too, because otherwise there's no reason to. You'll never put another disc in.
I hope they do a special edition, because I'm gonna just buy the special edition and leave that wrapped up and then just buy the digital.
Well, Europe will probably get a special edition.
Yeah, I have the Xenoblade.
Europe, some parts of Antarctica. Some areas, but not the U.S. not the U.S. Everybody else but the U.S. gets the special editions. But
anyway. we got the Xenoblade one, so hopefully we got the booklet. Let's just say that, the booklet.
Okay, we got a booklet. I think we got an art booklet, Metroid Other M too.
Yeah, I have that too.
Yeah, so Nintendo and their decisions sometimes. But anyway, okay, so that is as far as that goes. We are going to move into the last half here. Want to keep this within an hour 30. So we got some questions, and you want to go ahead and do the giveaway, Red Knight, before we do the questions? How do you feel about that? You want to wait?
I guess we could do the first question because I have to actually go into my email. So
okay, get you when you're ready. Let me know, and
yeah, I'll let you know.
We'll get in. Okay, we got a lot of people.
But for the listeners, get your 3DSs ready.
Yes, get your 3DSs ready. We have another giveaway for Smash Bros coming up here. We have a lot of people making statements on the question app here. Let's see. I'm going to go scroll through this. Okay, here we go. We have, Grayson Young? Here's the first question. Would you like Star Fox Wii U to be a sequel to Star Fox Adventures? I love the Star Fox Adventures on the GameCube. No. I don't want it to be a sequel to anything. I want it to be its own thing. I want it to be just like a nice, tight, like action-packed game, $50 maybe, like Donkey Kong was. I mean, if it's 60, that's fine, but like just focus on what's important, like Donkey Kong did. Focus on. You don't need to make it some crazy, super like innovative or some type of crazy. Just make it a great Star Fox game.
Yeah. If I see Fox out of the R-Wing, I don't want it.
Yeah, exactly. Like if I see Fox like in third-person shooter or holding the staff, like I don't want it. Just get me them in the R-Wing. Get me some online co-op. Like Bayonetta 2's online. That's fine. Get me some online co-op. Get me a nice, tight, action-packed Star Fox game. 6-7 hours in length. Plenty of replay value. Online gameplay, missions, Miiverse. Put it out there, $40, $50, whatever, 60. That's fine, and that's what I want. I don't want any crazy stuff going on in Star Fox. What about you, Active? Okay, he's still grabbing that email code. So let's. Okay.
I want a Star Fox 2. I want the sequel to the SNES. I love that game. That's the best in the series.
I actually played Star Fox 2, and let me say it wasn't good.
Oh, the real Star Fox 2.
The one where you turn into your R-Wing turned into actually walking robot.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my friend actually had that. I don't know.
Super Nintendo game, right?
Yeah.
They never came out though.
It never came out. You played on the PC, right? Like.
Yeah, he had an emulator of it.
Yeah. You can play it. You can find that Star Fox game. It's actually done. It's Nintendo
just didn't like it.
I guess I guess before I started breaking up, I was talking about Star Fox, so I'll just continue with that.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Continue with this.
I would like it, since you said it's going to be, that Miyamoto said it's going to be a 1 year development cycle, which I know he said that at E3, which was kind of insane. But I guess
get the game out. I think they just want to get the good Star Fox experience out. You know.
Yeah, because he said we already got the gameplay already done, and we just need somebody to develop the game. So I would say a Star Fox 64 sequel would be perfect for a game to get out quick, since it could follow the same pattern. And I was going to say, if the Bayonetta team were to actually develop it, would make sense to me if Project Guard and Project Robot were a part of that game, since Platinum games always have the crazy flying, sections. Like, they have the section that changes from the regular gameplay of the game. Like Wonderful 101 had it. So I think that would make sense for them to do it. But yeah, I would like a sequel to Star Fox 64. Personally,
I mean, Star Fox 64 it felt to me like a sequel or like a proper evolution of the series from the Super Nintendo game, in my opinion.
Because it was like he was playing with his father on Super Nintendo. Remember, because his father died.
I don't want that damn submarine in the new one.
You don't want it, or you do want it?
I don't. I didn't like the sub.
They'll switch it up. They'll put, I don't know, something else.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. So thanks for the question, Grayson. Young, he's a nice user. He's always here on our live stream, so I appreciate that. The next question we have is from Kai. Kai, is it Scoose Gamer? Sorry if I mispronounced it.
The Scoose Gamer?
The Scoose Gamer, okay. On a scale of 10, or I think he meant 1 out of, or 10 out of 10. No, he didn't. He did that on purpose. On a scale of, or he or she, how excited are you for Smash 4? On a scale of 10 out of 10, how excited are we for Smash 4?
100?
110? I'm extremely excited. I mean, Josh from the BitBlock, he has a nice YouTube channel here. Check it out. Does a lot of Nintendo content. Actually, it's only Nintendo content. He has been doing some online playtests, and it's smooth. And he's playing with people in Japan, Nice. So it's smooth. I mean, he did a one-on-one match, so it wasn't 4 people, so it might get a little bit rougher with 4 people. But to be honest, if the one-on-one matches were 100% smooth and no lag, I mean, because Brawl was it was a disaster. If you weren't playing like 4 doors down, like if you weren't playing with somebody in your own town, it got a little rough in Brawl. So as long as the online's smooth, I mean, I'm super excited for Smash. I'm a 10 out of 10. Obviously, I'm super excited. Active, I'm pretty sure you share the same things as us. Everybody's just super excited for the game.
I'm put mine at 9.9 since I said Bayonetta I was more excited for that.
9.9 there. All right. Thanks, Kai. Appreciate it. Yeah, we're all super stoked for Smash. Okay. Next question is from. Okay, we already. He said, "Who do you want to main in Smash Bros?" He wants to main. Well, we already talked about who we're going to main, so we won't get to that question. I think we got one from. Is this Maurice Charles? He's another good user. Yeah, Maurice Charles. What do you think is the relationship between Sega and /Atlas and Nintendo at this point in regards to Shin Megami Tensei, Crossfire Emblem, Alien Isolation, and the future of their support of mature games on Wii U? I will go quickly on that one, and then we'll get to other people's impressions, Active and Terminator. I think the relationship is good at this point. I think that Atlas and Sega have good relationships because we're seeing Sonic Boom. We're seeing Shin Megami Tensei. That's going to come. They just need more time to work on the game. But the thing that you have to realize is that at this point with the Wii U, Nintendo made some choices that might bite them in the butt at times. And I think with Alien Isolation and some of these other Western games and just some of how this stuff is played out, it's not necessarily bad or they have a horrible relationship if the Wii U doesn't get a game or two. It's just the fact that there's just some things it's unfair, I think, at sometimes, but at the same time, it's like they have to support the Xbox 360 because of the install bases and stuff like that, and it just gets to the point where money is a concern and what Nintendo fans buy is a concern. So we're going to be the we're going to be the odd system out. When it comes to Alien Isolation, and they're looking at budgets and they're looking at games like, okay, well, PS3 and 360 have a huge install base. PC is easy to port from because we make the game on PC, and PS4 and Xbox One, whatever. Those games, they always get everything. So we're just going to miss out on a lot of games this generation. Nintendo, next generation, hopefully Nintendo fixes that with some of their architecture designs with their system. But for this generation, we're just going to be left out. And it's not that we have a bad relationship. It's just that's just how it's going to be. Terminator, how do you feel about that? Or how do you feel about this question?
Well, I think Sega has a better relationship with Nintendo than most of the other companies at this point. But if I recall, I think the PS4, Xbox One are getting an exclusive Sonic game in 2015 that's not coming to the Wii U.
That was a rumor. There's no definitive answer.
Definitely, Sega's, they don't have anything against Nintendo, I don't think. And
I think they're old one by now.
Yeah, it would be nice.
We've gotten two. We can't be selfish.
But we'll see what Shin Megami Tensei or whatever. We'll see when they finally show that game again. How that's looking, and if that looks like a AAA, just awesome looking game, then I would say their relationship's got to be pretty good. But Alien Isolation, to be honest with you guys, that looks like a one playthrough kind of game. I've already seen the reaction videos from different sources, and it's the same experience every time for people. And it's like once you get scared about it, that one part, it ain't gonna be scary again. It's just, it looks like the gameplay is based solely on your reaction to your first playthrough. Is how that game looks.
There's no multiplayer.
So I'm not missing that game at all, and even if I wanted to play it, I'm sure it's going to be on the PC or some system I own. PC.
It's on everything but the Wii U.
Okay, so I could play it if I wanted to, but it doesn't look like anything. So I don't think it's missing the Wii U for any kind of BS other than what you said. Like the sales probably wouldn't be great, and the architecture's just too different, to justify them porting it probably. But yeah, I don't think there's an issue with the relationship between Sega and Nintendo though.
Yeah. Active, what do you think about that? Did you hear the question and all that?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think there's an issue either. I think Nintendo's fine with like most of the Japanese developers who aren't, westernized. Right? Like aren't really westernized.
Square Enix.
Square. You have Capcom. Capcom is like I don't know what's going on. I can never understand it because it's like, how does Resident Evil become an episodic game when it's one of the biggest franchises in all the video games? It's weird. I don't know. But I think Nintendo's fine with these two. Like I understand that Nintendo can't get every game. It's never going to get every game. So, I don't know.
It's a little baffling that the GameCube version of Resident Evil Remake isn't getting ported to the easiest console it would be to port to, which would be the Wii U, since it's similar architecture. That one seems a little strange. Like there might be something between.
No, a lot of Capcom decisions are strange.
But then
like we still haven't got a confirmed Wii U version of Monster Hunter. I mean, there's a rumor now, but
Monster Hunter 4.
I don't know. It's weird.
And then they had Mega Man 7
on
the Treehouse. They showed Mega Man 7. Like, why are you giving Capcom? They must have a decent relationship then.
They have a good relationship with Capcom. I think like I said, at this point, Nintendo knows, and Nintendo can't turn their back on the Japanese developers that have supported them here and there. They can turn their back on Western developers, which I think they've already done at this point. I think it's pretty obvious that Nintendo doesn't give a crap about Western developers. They have their main Western developers, Next Level Games, that's making exclusive Wii U games right now. And they have Retro, that's also working on exclusive, more probably Western-style games, or putting their own take on Nintendo's franchises. So I think Nintendo, at this point, they can't turn their back even when they get kind of dealt a bad hand, They can't turn their back on Capcom or anything. They're going to continue to push Capcom stuff because Capcom stuff sells on Nintendo systems. And yeah, we got screwed with Resident Evil, but you know what? Mega Man sells pretty good on the eShop, Mega Man sells good on the eShop. Monster Hunter sells really good. So Nintendo's not going to turn a blind eye to that money, So I mean, it is what it is.
So should I give away the code now?
Yeah, you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
The question is, are they ready? Hope you guys' bodies is ready. Here we go. All right, so y'all hear me clear?
Yep.
All right, so so it's, are you ready? First come, first serve. Here we go. It's A05V9704306QB4WG. I'm gonna repeat that. A05V9704306QB4WG. So good luck, everybody.
Nice. Thanks for giving away a code on my vidcast here. A lot of people are tuning in just because they wanted to get that code active. So
Yeah.
I appreciate that. So let's go. We're going to move on to another question from Maurice Charles before we wrap this up here. We got a few more questions we'll answer.
Hello.
Yep.
Maurice Charles, there's a little. Come on. There we go. Here's his question. Would you advise Nintendo to bid on making Resident Evil 7 a Wii U, an exclusive to the Wii U? No, I would not do that because, first of all, it would cost. First of all, I don't think Capcom would do that. One, they will. They're not going to do that. They don't feel, unless Nintendo decides to pay an astronomical amount of money, because they feel that they can make more money off of putting it on the PS, PlayStation, and Microsoft systems than just having it as a Wii U exclusive. So they would have to pay some type of huge, large sum, and I don't think that they should do that. If Capcom wants to put Resident Evil 7 on the Wii U, they put it on there. If they don't, then they don't put it on there. It's plain and simple. So no, I'd rather have Nintendo take that money and make me a F-Zero, or make me a me a Metroid. You know, make me a game. Make me a Eternal Darkness. You know, like take that money and make a game. Like, and that's what they're doing in 2015. Don't pay third parties. Make your own games. You know, like make your own games or pay another developer to help you make a game in your massively large back catalog of franchises. You know, I don't need 65 versions of Resident Evil 7. You know, if I want Resident Evil 7, I probably want to play it on the PS4 anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, if there's going to be a PS4 version, which there will be, that's fine. I'll pick it up on the PS4 for 3 months after it launches for $24.99 on Amazon. You know, like I'm not in a rush. After playing Resident Evil 6, I'm not in a rush.
So that was my reasoning for saying no. Resident Evil 6.
Yeah, and even after playing Revelations, I mean, Revelations is good, but is Revelations worth? Was it even worth $50 that I paid for the beginning? No, I could have waited on Revelations, you know. I waited on the Wii U version. Like when the Wii U, I'm like, I'm not paying $50 for this. I mean, it's a great game, but it's not worth full price, you know. And it's just not. So that's what I would say. There's no need. I'll just wait, get it on Amazon later. What about you, Active? How do you feel about this? Yep. Okay, Active is not active.
I don't think Resident Evil should be exclusive to anything.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't think it needs to be exclusive to anything. I just that it will come out on Nintendo platforms because we've supported, the Resident Evil series forever since it started coming out on Nintendo platform. We welcomed it with open hands, open arms.
I mean, we deserve it.
It'd be nice to get a version.
Yeah, we deserve it.
7 in that episodic BS with the Revelations 2.
Yeah, that's really stupid. Part of me believes that's the reason why we're not getting
pretty
it.
much.
Nintendo was probably like, nah, we don't need that.
Nintendo.
Yeah, me too. I think that was. Hopefully, that's one third-party game I'll take when after it's all packaged, every episode as a regular price game. That'll be nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm definitely not buying it episodic. That's stupid. I'm not buying my game in bits and pieces. This isn't TV. What is this? Is this freaking CSI? I'm not buying games in weekly and stuff on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z, Resident Evil. What the hell is this? Like, no. Like, give me my game. I want my game full. I don't want episodic bits and pieces. I don't like that. I don't like episodic content. I really don't like episodic content, and I'm not trying to buy a game that's in bits and pieces. Give me the full thing. I'll buy it on Amazon when it's like $20 for the full thing. On PS4 next year at some point. So, whatever. So yeah, thanks for the question, dude. Let's see. Let's move on here. Another question. I think it's from Yin Yang Yao. That's a Yin Yang Yao. He's a cool user too. What type or what game type do you think would be a great game to see appear on the Wii U? For me, it's RTS is probably the one to see in the style of the Wii U. So let me see here. Game style. With the Wii, obviously trying to use the Wii U gamepad more. I think Splatoon. I think shooters. Some type of shooters can be done more. You know, there could be, or like some type of game like Destiny. You know, like large scale shooter or maps or stuff like that, multiplayer. You can do some really cool stuff like Nintendo's doing with Splatoon. So I would like to see Splatoon style games, stuff like that, more. I think they can do more of that with the Wii U shooters, third person shooters too. What about you, Terminator?
I'd like to see Advance Wars Wii U.
Yeah.
That's
Nice.
I think that'd be cool on the Wii U with the gamepad.
Advance or Battalion, or either or.
I didn't play Battalion. I only played the Advance Wars on the. Was it
Yeah, the Battalion
Game Boy
was
Advance?
awesome.
Was Battalion on the Wii?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
didn't-
there was a GameCube and a Wii one.
GameCube and Wii.
Yeah, I missed that, so I don't know how that was. But I think a strategy game, a good one, would be awesome.
What about you, Active?
I like the idea of Battalion Wars with the gamepad because you actually have to control, you know, all your characters and move them around. I think it will work great. So I guess I'll cop out and say that. Oh no, you know, yeah, I'll say that Battalion Wars because it can happen actually. Either that or Mario Strikers, and I don't know how you would really use the gamepad with that though. So.
I would like to see more RPGs too. Just my opinion. I would like to see more RPGs that because like Fire Emblem, like the DS is so perfect for RPGs. Fire Emblem Awakening is the most awesome thing ever on the 3DS, and having all of your stats there, being able to see your inventory, what you have, all that right on the fly, being able to switch is just so convenient for a game like Fire Emblem, and it's really cool. So I would like to see more of that. Plus, like the maps, not having to check your map all the time in RPGs, especially a big open world. I think Xenoblade Chronicles X is going to be boss with the gamepad. So
basically, a good open world game is what you're saying. Not the crap we've got.
Yeah, not the crap we've gotten so far. I mean, nothing to take away from like Lego City or anything like that. That's a cool game, but I would like to see more like the RPGs, like Square Enix is like. But anyway, I'm going to save that. Everybody's been hounding me for why Nintendo fans deserve Kingdom Hearts Part 2. Everybody's been hounding me on that one, so I'm getting to that, guys. The Xbox just launched in Japan, and that was my final piece of ammo that I needed, okay? So
that was Kingdom Hearts 3? You said 2.
Oh, sorry, yeah. 2 should, or is there 2? 2 should
release the collection first.
Yeah.
Get them up to date.
Yeah, 2 should come to the Wii U as well, but I just needed one. It was incomplete because I already did in the first part. I already explained why, obviously without a shadow of doubt, why Nintendo fans deserve Kingdom Hearts more than Xbox. The numbers aren't even close. Xbox fans do not buy RPGs like Nintendo fans do. Plain and simple. It's not even close. So I was like, okay, well, what am I going to do for Part 2? I mean, what else do I need? And I think at this point, when you see those Xbox One launch numbers in Japan. And with these Japanese games that actually sell more in Japan than they do in America, with the large difference in population, and with the Wii U's install base at 2 million in Japan, you'd be a fool. Square Enix would be foolish to release Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy in Japan with those Xbox One launch numbers. Like, you've got to be kidding me. But anyway, that's a topic for my next video. Let's move on here.
Can I just say Emily Rogers on Twitter actually just tweeted a rumored release date for Smash, November 21st.
Didn't I say it was November 21st?
That's what I said also.
That's what a lot of people are saying.
It's from, I don't know what store it is, but it's a reservation card, a $1 reservation card.
It's got to be November 21st because Nintendo does Friday releases. November 21st is a Friday release, and that is Black Friday.
That's the week before. Black Friday is the 28th, I know, because my birthday is the 21st.
Okay, my bad. So the week before, but it's the week. Nintendo always does Friday releases, and it's the week before Black Friday. I mean, it's right there. 21st seems pretty. And Super Mario 3D World came out.
Right so everyone's gonna be celebrating my birthday that day, if that's true.
Yep.
Nice. So yeah, I mean Emily Rogers, she's a good she's a good reporter. She does a lot of good stuff. So I would believe it when she says that. She's not one to just put stuff out there for no reason. I don't always agree with what she says, but she does. She's gotten a lot of stuff right. Let's see here. Let me see. Any other questions we got? I think.
There's a few, but some we kind of covered.
Yeah,
I have a question for you two that I haven't had a chance to ask. Been curious. We were talking about Yoshi's World earlier. I just wonder what do you think Nintendo should do in that style for their next game? Use that they did it Kirby's Canvas Curse, and now we got Woolly World. What do you guys think they should do another one of their franchises in that style to kind of mix it up?
The only thing that I would say would be like an Ice Climbers game, like that I could think that would be in that type of style. That would actually get people interested. I don't know other franchises that they can do in that type of style. I don't know, but I would say Ice Climbers.
I think it'd be a nice change for a 2D Mario game since the new series is kind of played out.
Isn't that kind of like Paper Mario?
No, not with that.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
You took my answer.
Sorry.
I was going to say Mario for the simple fact that now that Mario Maker's out, you have to do something different for a 2D Mario game. You can't just put out, hey, it's like, oh, I'll just make that in Mario Maker.
They
you have to do something that's like really drastic. It has to be huge, huge, big budget 2D Mario platformer now. If they, ever decide to make another one. I mean, they will one day. Hopefully not 18 years again, not a whole wait like that.
They'll make another one. I mean, they need to just this year we didn't get any major Mario games at all. So they took a break this year, which is good. I think Mario needed a break from major console Mario games. That's fine. Next year we'll get something. So there's got to be a Mario game next year. Let's talk about that a little bit in this last half here. So I mean, you guys think we're going to see a Galaxy or some type of Mario game next year?
I'm praying to the goddess Rosalina.
I mean, we got Mario Maker.
I definitely think we'll see Mario next year.
But do you think we'll see I mean, I know there might be some type of spin-off game like a Mario Golf or like a Mario Tennis or like a Mario something. But do you guys think there's going to be another main Mario game, or are they going to? I mean, because we got Zelda, so I mean, Zelda and Xenoblade Chronicles, that's going to hold down. That is going to hold down the second half. I mean, that's what everybody's going to be playing. I mean, the fact that if they launch both of those games, that's like the ultimate time sink in the people are gonna go missing. People are gonna go missing when those two games come out.
Yeah, I think
they will.
The only chance of a 3D Mario game in 2015 would be Super Mario 3D World 2. If they change up the art style and go a different direction, I think it'd be a 3 or 4 year development at least. So I'd say 2016 for
minimum 2 years. Yeah, minimum.
Because Galaxy.
That makes it 2 years if you think about it from when 3D World.
Yeah, I'm saying it'd have to be 3D World 2 in order for it to come out in 2015.
Because they use the same engine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Same with
Galaxy. Or they could just take the Galaxy engine and make it. I guess put it onto Wii U, add a whole bunch of stuff to it, and build off that. I don't know. I don't know if that's possible. I don't know.
No, they can take the Galaxy engine and just kind of port it over.
That's what they used for Sonic Lost World. I heard for the
modify. They did some tweaks and stuff for it, but they could do some stuff with that. But I mean, I don't know. Is that something that you guys want? I mean, I would just like there's a rumor of a big remastered game coming out next year from a really reliable source. It was the same guy who leaked Devil's Third and Pokemon Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire way early. It's the same guy who did that. I forgot, a French guy, I think. And he said there's a big remastered game coming. And he said there's at least one game pretty much every month in 2015. I personally thought, okay, well, they're going to bring back Metroid. That's going to be the big remastered game, like Metroid Prime 1, or maybe a collection of Metroid 1 and 2, or maybe all three remastered. Who knows? But if they could remaster Galaxy 1 and 2, remaster those things, man, and rebuild it, put that on the Wii U, that would be day one for me.
Same here.
Because game of the generation right there.
Yeah, I haven't played Mario Galaxy in a minute, so I mean, if they release that in 2015, maybe they can even add some stuff. Maybe add a couple levels in there, some
Yeah,
sort of,
they could,
yeah.
or a couple worlds or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Loved it. That orchestrated music in 5.1. That would be awesome. That was probably the best
Yeah.
soundtrack.
Yeah.
And that was on the
I mean,
Wii too.
I really hope next E3, not to even change topics, but just to go with it, I really hope we see a new Mario game and a new Metroid game. That's my like. I really want to see that. I know those are the easy, Oh, I want to see a new Metroid, new Mario. Like that's easy, but I really
But
do want to see them now.
it's Nintendo. But look, I know a lot of people get on Nintendo rehashing. I guess we can kind of move on to this last topic because I want to. We'll get you guys out before too, but maybe we can talk. We can end on this. But I know a lot of people talk about rehashing and stuff like that. But I mean, a lot of Nintendo's games, they're like they put a lot of new elements into it. A lot of like the new stuff like that you see, like Super Mario 3D World had a lot of new elements into it that other Mario games didn't have. And I mean, we're Nintendo fans. We want the franchises. Like,
Yeah, I mean
like
that's with anything with movies. You always want. It's like I want new movies, but then you always want. Oh, I want the Marvel movies or the Star Wars or that's just the way it goes.
I
You,
mean, we're
you
getting
always,
new IPs too. I mean, we're getting Splatoon. We're getting Project Guard. We're getting some new stuff. We're getting Xenoblade Chronicles. Well, I mean, the last one came out, but that one's a really new IP, pretty much. I mean, that just launched 2010 in Japan, and then 2011, 2012, and everywhere else. So I mean,
yeah,
like
that's a new IP. It's definitely
that,
a new IP.
that one's a new IP. That's new right there. So we're getting good new IPs as well. So, but I still want to see my Metroids. I mean, I still want to see like Metroid. I still want to see Mario, like a great Mario game, because I don't play Mario because it's Mario. I play Mario because the controls are really good.
Yeah, it's the gameplay. It's video gaming in its purest form. That's how I feel about Mario, like the series.
hmm
You're
it's
not going in there for the story, really. You're going in there for what crazy creativity did they come up with for me to jump around in, and new suits to go along with that. That's
Yeah, that's
usually
Mario's my number one. Like that's my favorite franchise, that and Zelda. So, I mean, they always seem to do something a little different with the 3D games. There's only been 6 of them if you count the 3DS 3D Land. There's only been 6 of them, and there's a lot more things they can do with the 3D. And I thought 3D World was amazing, but I'd love to see them maybe mix a little bit, go a little Galaxy and 3D World together, or have separate worlds, have different art styles. They could really just pretty much, it's limitless what they can do. They got some of the most creative level designers in gaming right now, and it's just I would buy a Mario game in 2015. I'd buy a Mario game in 2016. I'm sold already. It doesn't. It may be a fanboy thing to say, but I'll pre-order it right now if they announce something.
without even seeing it, right? Yeah, I mean, but there's certain franchises that you can feel like, oh yeah, I'll buy. Like you have people, you can ask a Grand Theft Auto fan, like they don't need to see the game, just give them the date, and they're
I mean,
there. Or Halo fan, or Uncharted, and
many
it's the
people
same for
bought Grand
Nintendo
Theft Auto.
fans.
Many people bought Grand Theft Auto and didn't even beat it. They just bought it just because it's Grand Theft Auto too. I mean, and they're just fans of it.
Yeah,
I got about 50% before the controls affected me enough. I couldn't even walk around a corner without hitting.
The controls is the reason why you stopped playing.
It's so shoddy. Oh, the terrible. But anyway, I wanted to say something. You were talking about that rumored game remaster, but a year ago there was a rumored game in the vein of what they say. It wasn't a mature title, but they said it was in the vein of. They named a game that came out that was like a remaster. That was rumored like last year, coming to the Wii U for 2015. And the only thing they said was it's not M-rated, but they compared it to an M-rated like remaster. And then you got Next Level Games is working on something since Luigi's Mansion. That's probably going on 2 years now. So that they'll probably have their game out in 2015. So
I really hope it's Punch Out, as messed up as
Punch Out. I'm thinking it's Punch Out.
that would be
Yeah,
cool.
I mean, I love that game. So I said that game, they can do so much with it. I wouldn't even mind if they, step out of the action genre that it is, and still let you play the regular Punch Out, for the titles, and they'll play like regular Punch Out, but even have a, Little Mac running around the streets of Rage style. I wouldn't mind.
That'd be cool.
I think if they added some more elements to it, maybe like a you ever played like a UFC Undisputed?
Yeah.
And like they have like you can do training and like you kind of build up your stats and other stuff like that. Maybe you get some new moves, you can learn different things, stuff like that. Like that, I think that would be kind of be cool for like a little Punch Out, like to where they actually layered some extra like little light RPG elements on there to where you can do your training, you can like watch your diet, health, you know what I'm saying, your conditioning, stuff like that, and you can add in extra like Street Fighter stuff like that. I mean, I think that would be cool. Like a lot of the basketball and football games have like the what is it like the 2K series, like they used to have like the Life or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
where
yeah.
you
The
kind of
when
make your
you manage your money and things like that.
yeah, I think that would be cool for Punch Out because the only issue I have with Punch Out, it's like, okay, you play it through and then you're done. I mean, you play the championship mode and it's hard, but really, like, you're just losing. You're doing the same thing over and over again, which
You
is
learn the patterns until you get it.
yeah. I would like
Mhm.
there to be a little bit more in if there was a new Punch Out. Like, I would like there to be like a career mode,
Yeah, I mean,
and
Kid Icarus switched genres, so
yeah.
it could work.
Oh my God, Kid Icarus was an amazing switch.
Exactly. That's what I say. You can't really be too close. Even Metroid going from 2D to 3D.
hmm
Mario did it too. Zelda did it too. So why not? Why can't Mag step out of his comfort zone? Sometimes it works, and then sometimes you get Star Fox Adventures, which I enjoyed, but some people hate it. So
hmm
It
Yeah,
was it
it
was
really all depends. I mean, it really all depends on what you're doing. Kid Icarus Uprising was an amazing transition from what
yeah,
it
it
used
was
to
amazing.
be. It will.
It has to be that has to be the best, right?
Oh, it has to be one of the. I mean, the controls are just a slight issue with me. I know some people didn't, but the game is just fantastic. I mean, you didn't expect it. Like, was anybody expecting what Kid Icarus was when I first picked it? I just
Such
picked it up.
good voice acting in a Nintendo game, not expected.
I didn't expect the gameplay. Like, how it was it kind of like loot collecting, and like
Yeah.
Nintendo didn't show that stuff off. Did you guys realize that? Like the promotion with that game, they
I
just kind
still
of
don't know about the game. I've never played it. So.
Oh, you should.
um.
You have a 3DS now. You have no excuse.
Well, I had a 3DS. Now I have an XL. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'll be looking. That's probably one of those ones I'll get next year if there's a drought or something like I did with
Yeah.
Luigi's Mansion this year, which was a
Pick,
great
pick,
game.
pick
That'll
it up.
probably be when that turns hard to find eventually. Well, not with Amazon and things
Is
like
it
that.
eShop? Can
So
you download that on the eShop?
I think maybe I got a 32 gig SD card in there now, so I'll be
I'm not
down.
sure if it's on eShop or not. I know like Super Mario 3D Land and some other games on eShop. New Super Mario Bros. Is on. I'm not sure if Kid Icarus Uprising is on the eShop or not. It's a pretty big game. The graphics are good, and there's like the content in that game, and
it's
the
insane.
multiplayer. The online multiplayer is surprisingly smooth and good.
That's what gave me hope for Smash Brothers. Honestly,
Yeah,
I said it was really well done. The online mode.
yeah, and that actually has more players than Smash Bros. Online.
It should. It really should.
Yeah,
Well
it's
deserved.
it's it's 3-on-3. I mean, Kid Icarus Uprising is
Yeah.
3-on-3 and it runs smooth. Smash Bros is less.
Yeah,
So
on big maps, because some of those maps are really big.
exactly on big maps with all the customization and stuff that's going on, and if they can do that on the 3DS with Sakurai, I'm guessing that they're using some type of infrastructure just like that. And if they do that, then the 3DS online play for Smash Bros is going to be amazing because I had really no issues with Kid Icarus Uprising online. So.
No, me neither. I thought that was a fantastic online, fantastic,
Mhm.
definitely.
Definitely really good. Okay, well, it seems like we don't have any other real questions here.
I could ask you a question though.
Okay, go ahead. You want a question here? We're wrapping it up, so yeah, let's
just,
do it.
just, just one final question I wanted to ask. Do you guys think that there'll be another online, Nintendo first party game next year to go along with Splatoon? And not counting the fact that Nintendo is sort of hinting at Zelda having some kind of multiplayer.
Okay, are
They
we
hinted at it.
excluding
So
Xenoblade? Because Xenoblade, from what my friend, he knows Japanese, and he's translated the text from the trailers, the way that the people are talking to each other, the dialect and how they're speaking, it looks like it's online.
oh please God, let it be. That would be insane.
It looks like it's online, or there's some type of online mode, like raid mode, or some type of thing you can do online with other people. The way that that chat box from the first trailer, he's like, from what he said, the way that they're talking in there, from what he can decipher, it looked like they were speaking to other people online, like not somebody that's in a local, like right next to you, but somebody who's online. So I'm thinking there's online play. That's what I'm
All
thinking.
right, but not counting Xenoblade, you think that there will
Okay.
be like a game announced at E3 that'll have,
So
a
not,
Wii U game?
so not counting any games that we already know about, like Star
Yeah,
Wars.
yeah. Do you think
Okay.
that they'll have another Splatoon, basically? Where it's like they showing off pretty much because Splatoon has a single player, but what they showed off was multiplayer. And I
Minimum
can't remember the last
multiplayer.
time Nintendo did that for any game.
Um,
I think it'll be 2016. I think they'll announce it at E3 2015, but I don't know that they'll have a full online game
Really?
ready.
You don't think Splatoon 2 will be 2016 yearly every year? No, just kidding.
I
The
mean,
new Call of Duty.
I'd like to
Wait,
hope.
would you guys be opposed to that if they just like maybe not necessarily releasing a full game, but releasing like like a big expansion every year, and then maybe
I wouldn't mind. I
repackaging it
wouldn't
with,
mind.
like repackaging it for new people for like $30 every year?
But
Yeah, instead
multiplayer
of
games, it doesn't bother me. Like, Call of Duty doesn't even bother me. Like,
Call of Duty doesn't bother me either.
yeah, it doesn't bother me because it's a multiplayer. Like, nobody's going into Call of Duty like, oh, I can't wait for the single player. Right? Like, you always want to see the multiplayer reveal. That's when people start really talking about Call of Duty.
And I'll say this about Call of Duty: they do a way better job than EA with Madden. They do a way better
Oh, yeah,
job than
definitely,
adding stuff. I mean,
definitely.
sometimes it doesn't always work out. Like some people say, Ghost
Or the
isn't quite as good.
WWE games.
Or the WWE. So I mean, a lot of people give Activision hate. That's fine. They bring out Call of Duty every year, but at least they do a better job of making new additions and stuff than Madden. And that's why Madden sales have been tanking. And at least Activision has stayed steady because I think they add just enough to get people interested. Whereas Madden, I mean, if you look at its VG charts, but you look at the sales, like it didn't sell 1 million copies total. I mean, it sold barely, maybe between PS3, Xbox 360, yeah, the new one. In the first week, they have it's VG charts, so it's not 100% accurate.
That's only up to the 23rd of August, I think.
But the fact that they can't sell more than that, I mean, come on, like you're releasing on.
It's bundled also.
Mm-hmm.
What's the install base between the PS4, Xbox One, PS3, and Xbox 360? We're looking at
200 million.
Yeah, we're looking at hundreds of millions of people. You know, and you can't do better than that. I mean, that's just my opinion, I guess, because I think it's the same game.
Did you see that? I forget who uploaded the video. The kick return coverage is the same in 2015.
I put that on Player Essence. Yeah.
They just run the wrong way and then they just stand there. It's the same.
Same
They
AI.
need to add the elevator fights to Madden so that it'll get 1 million sales.
Oh no.
I will say what Madden needs is just true physics based instead of animations. Just go straight to physics based.
Wait, that would actually require working time, Terminator.
No, Madden does. It needs. Imagine if what it is. Madden needs a year off, or it needs competition.
Mm-hmm.
Competition would be
The
great.
developers will have to. If you have no competition, you really have no inspiration to step your game up, like the PSP.
Call of Duty has tons of competition.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why they got to stay on their toes. Hey, look, they got mechs over there. Okay, so now we got jetpacks on characters and all this craziness.
Yeah. Like Call of Duty got competition, so you see it.
Its sales were down quite a bit comparative to the 2 years before were the two highest. The Modern Warfare 3 and Black Ops 2 were the two highest, and then Ghost was like 75% of that. Still good, amazing.
Yeah,
I think it's
good,
Treyarch. I think people just now trust Treyarch's name with Call of Duty.
Mm-hmm.
But Ghost, from what I've heard, Ghost isn't as good as Black Ops.
It isn't.
So I
The
think
Wii U version is, and I don't know about the other versions, but
I think maybe the sales dipped off basically because the game wasn't as good. If Modern Warfare is all, if it improves and it's better, then I think you'll see the sales jump right back up. I think
I would love a Call of Duty collection like the Master Chief one.
They'll never do
all
that.
the best maps.
Because the best part of Master Chief Collection to me is the fact that the online it isn't separate. It's one online mode and all the maps are cycling, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but you can also just play two separately because that's like the
that's
anniversary.
insane. That has to be like the coolest deal. You just have to admit that.
Mm-hmm.
That's an insane deal.
You probably won't go months without seeing maps. I mean, if there's 100.
Yeah, that's true.
I gotta give them credit though. That's probably the best collection I've ever seen put together.
Yeah, it is. It beats the Orange Box and even the Metroid Prime trilogy because that has replay value of online and things like that.
I wish
It's
I would
the
have bought
best
that.
bang for the buck.
Somebody just picked up that metal case version of the Metroid Prime trilogy. Found it somewhere, like that special edition one.
Yeah.
I wish I would have got that.
You never have that?
I didn't get the trilogy. I had the separate games.
All right, so I don't know if Francis is trying to wrap this up. So
Or if he left us.
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking with Zaire keeps on hitting me up on Twitter, so I'm seeing he wants to talk to me. So I said, okay, we can talk. So
Zaire, like the YouTuber?
yeah, the YouTuber Zaire.
Really?
Yeah, we're gonna talk next week. He wants to talk to me, so I think
Okay.
he might be watching this. So if you go on Twitter, you can see all the stuff that we talked about. But he said 100% respectful. So yeah, I'm talking to Zaire next week, I guess. But respectful. I'm not here to judge anybody, and like I said, I have no problem with anybody on YouTube. Let me just say that. Active, I think you're the same way, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't care enough.
Yeah.
I will say you got to ask Zaire because I think he said something. I don't know, one of the few videos I actually seen because I wasn't subscribed to him till he said something along the lines of he loved Nintendo back in the day, but he didn't understand why people of today, older gamers, were into Smash. Like he couldn't understand how people like Smash as an adult and as an older gamer. So
That's something to talk about then. That's
I think
something that
you
we
should
can talk
definitely
about.
go into that because I think that's a good question for him. So
Okay, so you want to talk about that now, and then I'm going to talk to him next week.
yeah, that's what I mean. Something you could ask him for next week. So
We can talk about that real quick right now. Just get a little brief thing. To me, like Smash Bros, like Nintendo characters and what Smash Bros represent, it's really about controls. Smash Bros, if the controls weren't good, it can have all the Nintendo characters they want. If the game wasn't good, then it wouldn't matter.
and there's depth to the game. It's not what it looks like on the surface. There's a lot of depth hiding underneath.
Yeah, it's a good fun game, and really what it comes down to me is the game fun, and is the game control good? Is there good controls, and is it fun? If it wasn't fun, if there wasn't good controls, they can have all the Nintendo characters they want. I'm not buying it. It's not about that. It's not about the persona of how Nintendo characters are. It's not about if they look kitty or not. It's not. It's about the gameplay. If there was a Dora the Explorer game that was really good and had really deep mechanics and gameplay, I would probably play that. Plain and simple. If it was good. But Dora the Explorer games aren't. They're very basic and simple and stupid.
Yeah, Super Nintendo, the actual, the licensed games were good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Then they fell off. Even I mean, it went up to even games like, let's say, Warriors that came out on PlayStation 2. It was these
That was
games that they
good.
were actually putting money behind, and not just
Okay.
say, oh no, this is Dora the Explorer, so just make it, Dora the Explorer. And a lot of
Exactly.
people have fond memories of the Lion King game.
Yes.
Mhm.
And
It wasn't just Lion King. No, it was actually a good game.
Aladdin.
Aladdin.
Yes.
DuckTales.
DuckTales remastered.
DuckTales.
Yeah.
Mickey Mouse. Those games were good.
And that's what it was about when I was a kid, and I grew up in the era of the ESRB being born because of everybody saying that there's too much violence in video games, Mortal Kombat. I grew up in that era, and I never once thought in my mind, I never once thought that this game is for kids, this game is for adults. I played what I thought was fun. I played Mortal Kombat, not because I'm ripping people's heads off, because I thought it was a cool game to play. I played Aladdin because I thought Aladdin was a cool game to play. I never once in my mind thought, this game's for adults. I'm going to be an adult. This game's for kids. This game's for me. When I was a kid growing up, it was you play everything you can't play. The games that suck, they suck. The games that were good, they were good. And today's day, it's like nothing like that anymore. It's like, oh, well, I'm an adult. I got to play this type of game. I got to be shooting people. When I was a kid, I played Contra. I played 64 GoldenEye. I played Pokemon. I played everything. It didn't matter. It was whether the game
There
was
was
good or
never
not.
this mature, casual thing. It didn't exist.
Yeah.
It was like you just played what you played.
If the game was good, you played it. I didn't care if it was cute and cuddly like that. Or I played Conker's Bad Fur Day.
That's what I was gonna say. You might pick up Conker's Bad Fur Day thinking, oh, this cute and cuddly, but he was dropping F-bombs.
Exactly. It wasn't. There was no distinction between.
But
but
if the
whatever.
game wasn't good, Conker's Fur Day wouldn't have been just because they're swearing and stuff. It was still a good game made by Rare. I mean, it still had their trademark quality for their 3D.
And I never thought that, like, oh, well, Conker's Bad Fur Day is for mature audiences, so it's better than Banjo-Kazooie, which is, not mature.
I just don't think there's a need to say that you grew up or you grew out of. If you still play video games and you still buy game consoles and you still like video games, there's no reason to say you've grown up and you can't play certain genres or certain art styles and stuff. It's just look at the gameplay, look at the controls. Is like you said with Smash. Smash is fun. If Smash was poor controls and didn't have any depth, it was just like it was just simple and got boring, then people wouldn't play it. But there's so much depth to those games, to the controls, like Bayonetta.
So much ways to play.
Yeah, like it's
you
just
can customize. You can just have, Pokeballs on the stage, and that's it. Nothing else,
Yeah,
and have just madness or just assist trophies.
yeah. I'd like to, if he's listening to this, I'd like to say, why can't you play Mortal Kombat X and Smash? Why do you have to pick one or the other? Like I think you can play both and enjoy both for what they're both different types of fighting games, and I would say that that's how I feel. So.
Yeah, I agreed. 100% agree. I think that you can, and that's, I mean, looking through my shelf, I've got Mario Kart and I've got Zombie U. I've got Donkey Kong and I've got Mass Effect 3. I've got, you look at the Xbox, I mean, I've got Red Dead Redemption, which is a mature game by all means, rating and everything, content matter, subject matter, and right next to that, I've got Pokemon, which is nuts. So, I mean, to me, it's never been, I've never had that distinction. Like, I was very confounded, and it's very weird when this started happening. I think it was a sixth generation, maybe, when this started getting going.
It was
maybe.
the Xbox that I started noticing. My friends.
Sixth generation, Xbox, PS2, and GameCube. Yeah. Even sometimes the fifth gen, a little bit of the fifth generation too, but sixth generation for sure, because that's when people started getting internet too. So
yeah, that was like Xbox launched with like Dead or Alive 3, and people are like, oh my god, look at these visuals, look at these bouncing boobs on these female fighters, and then a year later Smash is out on the GameCube, and I'm like, I was the only person I knew with the GameCube. All of my other friends, they went with Xbox that generation, and
same here. PlayStation 2 actually.
And PlayStation 2 and Xbox, and they're just like, they thought that's when it started for me. That's when I noticed like, oh, why are you playing that cartoon-looking game, and why aren't you playing Dead or Alive 3? Well, Dead or Alive 3 is a decent fighting game, but where's it now?
I mean, you get the people mistake M rating with quality also. Like, trust me, even great M-rated developers who make great M-rated games can make terrible games like State of Emergency, which I remember playing that the day it came out, and I was just like, this is insane. It was just a bunch of people on screen running around, madness. You just beating everything up.
Yeah, I just think there's no walls. There's no reason to have walls. I mean, if it's a good game, you play it. If you feel bad about sitting, I think we talked about this before, Francis. Maybe it was with Zen Gamer or something. But somebody left a message on one of my videos where I was just talking about Mario Kart or Mario 3D World, just saying how much I loved it, but I didn't understand why people were criticizing it. And this guy posted recently, he said that he just can't see himself sitting by himself playing a Mario game. He says he just feel weird playing a Mario game, like there's something wrong with that. Like, that's the mindset of a lot of people, and I just don't understand. I mean, he almost like feels like, it almost read like he felt like he'd be like a creep or something playing this kiddie game by himself. Like, that's the mindset that I don't understand. So.
Oh, active. I got one user on PlayerEssence.com. He says thank you, you're a saint, because you gave him the download code. Yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
He is.
Yeah, enjoy the awesomeness that is Smash.
Too bad it's not online though. That demo that was online, that would be
like, oh man, that would be we wouldn't be having this right now.
We wouldn't be here talking.
We would be here talking about that. I think I possibly have more download codes to give away at my Super Smash Bros. Show, but I have to double check. So look forward to that. Smash Bros. Show goes up on Mondays. But now that I have this new internet, my Lightning internet, like it's like 60 megabytes per second. So it's like I could probably get it up a lot faster than that. So it might be Sunday. Yeah. I just got new internet because I was getting tired. Like I'd upload a video to YouTube and it would take like a 12-minute video would take like 2 or like 3 hours or something like that. 2 hours. It would be ridiculous time. So I'm like, I can't be doing this no more. And then like the PE plays, the Let's Plays that I would do, if I wanted to upload all 4 parts, that would take like I'd have to leave my computer on like all night and like wake up in the morning and turn it off. Like, it was crazy. So I was like, I need to get faster internet. So yeah, that might be up Sunday if I can get it edited and done and uploaded, or it's going to be up Monday. But there will be codes, but those are pre-recorded, So if you if you don't catch it right when it comes up, I'll make sure to give you guys a reminder. If you don't catch it right when it comes up, those codes might not be there. But I'm not sure if I have codes. I might have one or two codes. I'm not 100% sure. Um, but yeah, I think I have a code here, so we'll see then. All right, so that basically wraps it up for this PE Network special. I want to thank Active Gamer Life. I really appreciate it for him to come here and take his time to be on my network and to warm himself up to my users. But if you haven't subscribed to Active Gamer Life, look it up right now. You're on your computer watching this. Look it up. Subscribe. He's back with content. He's back from his what was it? Your little mini vacation that you took.
Yeah, my little mini vacation.
You got to take that.
Thanks for having me, by the way.
No, dude,
I appreciate it.
Yeah, I really appreciate you. You carry a big name here on YouTube, and you're a great YouTuber that makes great content. So I really appreciate you coming on. Do you want to talk about your channel just again for the new people who joined and why they should subscribe to what you kind of do?
I would just say if you like Nintendo and you like getting I don't know your news, I guess, without the crazy spin on it, then Active Game Life is the place for you. That's the best way, I guess, to describe it.
So wait a minute, you don't think that Sony owns 78% of the Japanese market? You're not.
I mean, if that's what they believe, whatever they feel. I guess the Wii never existed.
The Wii does not exist.
The Wii does not exist.
Also, I want to just shout out at your podcast, I think your podcast is #1 on YouTube, the Active Gamer Life podcast. When you and gamers go
Could
for
say
life.
there's a lot of podcasts on YouTube. I don't want to offend anybody.
It's all about people's opinion.
My opinion, you and Leveled have the two best, I think.
Level's podcasts are good. I wanted to get Leveled on, but I think he was a bit busy. I might have him on at a different time. But yeah, Level's podcasts are really good. I just like the way he talks.
I know
he talks is good.
Yeah, that's a good guy. Like I like his content a lot. Yeah, you should definitely have him on. Definitely.
Yeah, I'll probably have you guys on. Maybe if I can get Sean too, then I'll bring on Zen and Terminator will be back. So yeah, we can see if we can do something. But thanks again, Active. I really appreciate it. And the download code, of course, as you can see, somebody's really happy that you did that. Yeah. So appreciate that. And Terminator, go ahead and introduce yourself again, just for the people who joined late, new subscribers, if they're always coming in, what you do, and looking forward to some of the content that you have. Go ahead and explain that's coming up.
All right, I go by the name Terminator Juice, and I do a weekly series on Mondays called The Juice is Loose. It starts at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. It ties in with my Mario Kart 8 tournament, which I didn't say earlier is on Wednesday nights, and I think that's at 9 p.m. And Red Knight, he's my nemesis. He usually beats me in the tournaments, but due to some circumstances, I had more points last week, which was it was a hollow victory, I gotta say. There was some BS with the shuffling.
A victory.
But yeah, we do the tournament. Go to my Google Plus. I have it posted. My YouTube channel basically is my live stream on Monday where I talk about the tournament. And then we have a panel, two to three guests total. I try to keep it under an hour and a half. We talk about the tournament and then just whatever the hot topic is, mostly Nintendo related stuff. And we try to keep it positive. We don't try to get into all the drama, or usually don't bash the other systems or any fan bases or anything. But it's mostly for Nintendo fans. So if you're not a Nintendo fan, you probably won't get much out of it. And I'll scatter some videos here and there, but mostly that's what I do. And the tournament's been going good. And actually, just want to remind people, Monday, doing the drawing for my Bayonetta 2 giveaway, Operation Platinum. I decided to, instead of buying Watch Dogs, I decided to buy an extra copy of Bayonetta 2. And we had 6 races for people to get entered, and I got 90 pieces of paper in a bowl here, and I'm going to draw that on Monday at some time during the stream. So tune in for that if you guys have been entered. Red Knight's in there, so he has a chance of winning that. And I had like 6 people. There's 5 or 6 people that had 7 entries because I gave them 1 for every time they participated, and then they got 1 extra if they won one of the tournaments. So Red's got 6 entries, and then there's like I think 5 people with 7 entries. So that's going to be an exciting show. I'm actually really excited. I was cutting out all the names and folding the paper today, and my heart was just like beating. Like, I'm excited to find out who's going to win this. And obviously the game don't come out till October 24th. So I'm going to pick it up. I have it pre-ordered. I'm going to get it that day and ship it that day, and it's going to go out 2-day air to the winner. So it's pretty exciting. So that's my big show coming this Monday, which will be the 15th of September. But other than that, thanks for having me on, Francis. Part of the Player Essence Network, also Gamers at Large on YouTube, where we try to keep it, drama-free and stuff like that. There's a lot of podcasts going on right now, so it's hard to follow everything. But check out the Gamers at Large, Jamie Butterworth and Zen and Mega Game or Rose Game or Games Rosa. Sorry, he's got.
That dude has like 10 names.
So they started it, and I've been participating in podcasts and stuff. So that's pretty much what I do. I also watch football. So this year, my Lions. Every Sunday, I'm pretty much wrapped up. So don't try to invite me to a podcast on Sundays.
I had to cancel this one because this one was originally going to be on Sunday. I was like, wait a minute, football season started. Never mind.
So I'm one of the I'm noticing not a lot of gamers and football fans out there. So I know, Francis, your 49ers look good, and my team look good, so I'm excited for that.
Yeah, the 49ers, they were putting some working on the Cowboys in Big D.
The Lions look good on Monday night too, but overshadowed by all the BS with Ray Rice. No one even talked about it. So a lot of stuff going on, and plus the TV shows are starting up. Arrow, I know Red watches Arrow. That's a good show. That's firing up in October. That's going to be season 3. That's looking awesome in the previews for that. So yeah, I don't just do gaming. So I like a lot of different things, and that's me summed up. It was kind of long.
All right. Well, thanks for everybody for watching. I really appreciate it. Subscribe to all these guys. They have great channels. Make sure you check out PlayerEssence.com for all your news, reviews, trailers, tips, and tricks. I'll be updating probably later tonight. So look forward to that. Also look forward to, if you haven't seen it yet, on my Twitch channel, if you look in the description of a lot of my videos, you will see the Tesla Grad and Armillo playthrough that I did last night, just some indie games. So check that out when you get a chance. I was playing through those games. Tesla Grad just launched on the Wii U.
That looks cool.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. It's not my type of game, but it's cool. Armillo, that's more of my type of game. That's $8 on the Wii U. I definitely suggest picking that up. So if you haven't picked up Armillo, want something to play before Smash comes out or before Hyrule Warriors, that might be your game. So thanks for watching, guys, and we will see you for the next PE Network Vidcast. Peace out.
See you guys.